Some of my kids are top of their class, and I fully attribute IXL to helping them reach that goal because of all of the extra interactive practice that it provides. It covers the subjects of math.
I seen all the roundtable conversations been happening on that goddamn network. I seen it all. I seen all the hate that all the conservatives. You call yourselves conservatives, it's called Trumpism. All the Trumpians. It's no longer a Republican Party, it's a Trump Party. All that. That love and eat up all that stuff.
Dad, you forgot to food.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
It's not on the table.
It don't get on the table till 30 minutes. What about the manhunt in New York?
It is 30 minutes.
The man who unalived the elderly couple.
Happy Saturday, y'all. K-Dot, that's not true. Your egg hatched, homie. We just built him a barn. We just built him a barn. You want to come up and argue about it? Please be honest. Oh.
And then NATO done revoke Article 4 in Poland. Nepal is burning. And they want you to focus on the king.
Dada.
No, we're about to have dinner. Take that back to the fridge. Now. See, you get my sympathy.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. So how are you?
Man, I'm appalled that people would. I'm appalled that people would even come in here and.
I know.
I'm appalled that.
Hi.
I mean, did people just let me know where the fuck they stand at and what the fuck they be watching?
Mm-hmm.
I'm appalled that that these people just let me. The hoods just came off these folks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm appalled. And to come in here and be like that and not even be like, hey, all that hateful shit you did is probably this person of color is probably not the best place to come say my best regard. This, and I was about to say the word, this person of color is probably not the best platform for me to even mention that in. Like, I wasn't watching him spill hate against people that look like him.
Right.
Like, so they just.
I'm pretty sure I'm shadow banana too. Do y'all get y'all ever had violations from like a different creator's post that you put on your story? I've literally had that happen 3 times, and then I go to the page and their video's still up, but my story gets violated. I don't understand why or how they do that. Yeah. It happened yesterday too with Parker's video. Someone reporting your story. Imagine being that bored. Imagine being that bored. Imagine if I set up a Discord to just start green lighting people. Imagine if I did that. That's the difference between us. I don't pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't do things like have notify me on in a Discord full of people that don't even like me. Kind of thing. It's giving bored. Boring! You know what I'm saying? And who's Gloria? Anybody know who Gloria from Petty's side is? Is that like her actual like TikTok name, or is that just a name in the app that Petty makes money off of for people to sub to? You've seen her in panels? I've never seen that lady. But I posted the screenshot where she accused me yesterday of talking about Holly Mae and Miss Unknown. I ain't never talked about Holly Mae a day in my life, first and foremost. Miss Unknown and I are friends. Like, we follow each other. And the only name I mentioned yesterday was Ratina. So I'm wondering, like, who this lady is. Like, why you gotta lie? Gloria, where are you at? Can you show up over here so I can ask you directly why you're in there being dishonest? So you can tell your friends you lied? Anybody know Gloria? Anybody friends with Gloria? I just saw it. I don't think I've ever seen her comment. Anybody follow that lady? Oh, Gloria. AK, I messaged you back too. My bad on Discord messages, guys. I haven't really been frequenting Discord because I'm not in any groups in Discord kind of thing. I need to get better at it. But we were also outside. We did some traveling today, so somebody get Gloria in here, please. Anybody on here have Gloria? Miss Gloria? Oh, Gloria. Thank you for the harmony. Or is this what y'all do too? Because that's a common thing. You like to talk behind the scenes and lie to make yourselves, like, to make it look like you got the tea, but then, like, you don't show up to address it. I'm pretty easy to talk to, actually. I'm really, really easy to talk to. Son is going to first homecoming. Let's go. That's exciting. Yeah, I just want to ask you a question, Gloria. That's all. And then I learned that there are some folks inquiring about how I got some screenshots from a public Discord. That's a public Discord, so I'm not sure if you guys, like, pay attention to who's in there and who's not in there. But I'm pretty sure you also have a disclaimer that it's public, right? And to not post anything that you don't want to get out. And all the people that you are blaming, okay, listen to me really close. All the people that you are blaming, that's not where I got them. All right? It's not where I got them. I can be a lot of different places at one time, right? Just like you guys were accusing other people from the old public Discord of how I was getting things, but you didn't realize that you didn't kick my girlfriend until 2 hours before you started accusing people. I was in there the whole time. I was in there the whole time. Bree, who's that? Hey, Kim. Hey, Leslie. So yeah, stop blaming it. Like, I don't know why y'all do that. I don't know why y'all run public Discords. You make it known that they're public, and then you set rules of, like, don't put anything personal that you don't want to get out. And then you're mad and you're trying to dog walk people when it gets out. And you're just throwing names out. You don't know who. You spend all day trying to dig and figure out who's giving out information from a public ass Discord. Did you ever think that maybe I could have been in there? Have the clip from Stormy's. Stormy? I'm pretty sure I have Stormy. Do I have Stormy? I'm pretty sure I have Stormy blocked. I'm pretty sure I have Stormy blocked. Who's this? This person isn't loading.
What's up, MJ? Can you hear me?
What's going on?
Hey, this unknown. I was trying to see what was going on with Gloria.
Yeah, so I posted the screenshot. So yesterday, apparently there's, like, some on the back end, it doesn't look like Discord, it doesn't look like Snapchat. I don't know what it is. But anyway, there's a texting group or whatever that her and the petty people are all part of. And she put in there, because I was playing Petty's live from the day that the Charlie Kirk stuff happened. And she put in there, like, basically they were talking about me, sending screenshots about me, but she said underneath the bottom that I was talking about HM, which would be Holly May, and then she said, and unknown. So I'm assuming she was talking about you, but the problem I have is that I didn't talk about either one of you. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not even in Patreon. Yeah, because I'm not even in Patreon. So I have to look at the screenshot. Let me go on your page. You said you posted it?
Yeah. I posted
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna look at it right quick. Cause yeah, I ain't in Patreon, and I heard Glory. I'm like, what the hell, Glory done got into?
Yeah.
So let me go look at it right quick.
Okay, I got you.
Is it the one with the guy? Hold on, shit. I'm on the right one.
It should just be. It should be a screenshot, and then there's, like, writing over the picture of what would be me.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong one.
Hey, so we were watching. Gloria was saying the son was talking about Holly May and Unknown. The screenshot was a separate thing. It wasn't
Okay.
you he was talking about.
Okay, perfect. That's all I wanted to clear up because it looked like it was saying that it was me that was talking about them, and it definitely wasn't. So
Yeah,
perfect.
no. Yeah, that's her right there, the honeybee. She wasn't talking about you.
Okay, perfect. That's all I needed to know. I appreciate it.
That's all like, yeah, cause I'm like Gloria don't being missing and MJ my girl too. So that way I'm like, hold on, let me go see what's
Yeah.
going on. And I ain't even talked to Gloria yet. I just heard you on live. I said that thing ain't right for MJ to be calling that Gloria. But okay, boo, thank you so much, and I'm glad we
Yeah,
was able to
it's
clear
no
that up.
problem. Yep, that's all I wanted to clear up.
All right, boo.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Before I drop, I need you to I need you to do something for me. Well, not do something for me, but if you can, speak on it. So we were having a live earlier, and as you know, Blue came into the live, and Blue said that he was an advocate for mental health, and then turned around and basically was mocking people with mental health, throwing finger signs. Miss Sue got up there to speak because Blue was being rude. But anyway, just to make a long story short, I didn't know that Blue was a mental health advocate. And the way that he's been acting and the things that he's been saying has been very disgusting. And the lies he lied on me, a week or so ago when he had his username, he had the F word inside of his username. Yeah, it was Blue Faggot. Yeah. So I was live and I read the username, and I read it because it was the username. Blue went and told everybody that I called him the F slur. Had everybody saying that I called him the F slur, knowing that I didn't call him the F slur. I read his username. I called him into my live the same night, and we had the conversation. And I told him, like, I apologize just for even saying it, even though it was a part of your username. I still apologize for it. And I was like, why would you even have that in your name? Anyway, he said he accepted my apology. He left my live and went right to a next live. And don't you know, he told them that I called him the F slur. So everybody had been around saying that I was calling him the F slur. So he's been coming into our lives lately causing chaos. He came in there today, chaos, just in there on bullshit, laughing in people's faces, pointing finger signs, and the fact that he talking about he was a mental health advocate really just rubbed me the wrong way. Because in the same breath he goes to say that other people's triggers are not his problems. And I told him, well, it's vice versa. Our triggers are not your problems. You can't be out here doing things to people, harassing and saying things and jumping in panels and thinking you can do any and everything, and people not gonna clap back to you. And then he got that victim ass mentality. And I'm just to the point now, like, I'm over this shit. Like, Blue, you've been around long enough. Everybody you come in contact with is a problem. Every time you ask them a question, them a question, is like they always got to point the finger. Well, so and so did this, so and so did this. They never stand on their shit, but have the nerve to be trying to call other people out, which is crazy to me. Very, very crazy.
Yeah.
And then
It seems like baiting.
again,
Does it feel like
exactly,
baiting?
it was a bait.
Yeah.
Yes, because why, MJ? Come on now. If you're a part of the community, why would you have your username? They're just like I come in here and it's like blame it on MJ Faggot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I come in here and be like, blame it on MJ, and I say that word. You can't be mad at me because you put it a part of your username. Like, it is what it is. But they them took it and said, oh, just because it was part of my name don't mean you had to say it. You shouldn't have never had it a part of your name, because if you're part of the community, that's disrespectful anyway, because you don't like people calling you that. Why would you think it's okay for you to have it as your username to bait people? That's not right. And then, not even that, he went to tell people that we were the reason why he was about to relapse and wanted to unalive. And he supposedly went to a hospital something like a week or so ago because of all of this had started all of this shit. And then every time he in the house, them in the hot seat, they pull that victim card. And it's just to the point now where me, and I'm talking about me personally, I'm just fed up with it. Like, it's bullshit. For example, Sunshine, and I guess that's how the message got mixed up. Sunshine was literally threatening Kendra, talking about she had to 5 o'clock today to come apologize, and she was gonna post her child. Threatening Holly, she doxed Holly. call the girl a bruiser. This man that showed up at this girl job. This girl, people fearing for their life because these people sitting around going real life, and then they get mad when we react to them. And Blue come in our panel and say, "Well, y'all did this and y'all did that." Blue, you sit around the main motherfuckers that's doing it. We not trying to call them out for, but when we see something, we say something. And if we see a motherfucker lying on somebody, we speak up. I do anyway. I'm gonna speak up for it. It's just the fact that it's getting to the point, the coddling, the motherfucking people upholding the shit that they damn doing, like it's getting old, it's getting tiring, and like you can't diss that shit if you can't take it. You either gonna be on the app and be with the shit, or you not. But they're pulling that victim mentality card and that mental health shit, and then today saying that you're a fucking mental health advocate, and then laughing in people's faces and throwing finger signs. This shit was distasteful as fuck.
Yeah,
And I know he'll listen to you.
yeah, I definitely talk to Blue about things like that, and I'm always Blue knows that I don't have a tolerance. So when Blue's fucking up or whatever, yeah, I definitely. The only suggestion I have would just be to block for now. Just block Blue.
That's what I agree.
Yeah, don't let Blue in your spaces if it's gonna be that far right, because that's pretty extreme. Not only the word and the name, but if we're gonna do like the mental health thing,
Who twisting and spinning, Jesse? Can you be more specific? Yeah, yes, MJ, because that's definitely a bait. Because again, why would you have that as a part of your username if you don't want a person to call you? That's just like if I have Messecure and I have the N word is my name. I can't be mad if somebody called me that because again, I put it there.
I think
And
too, I think too though it's the reaction. Like we all know Blue. We all know how Blue is, and it's a reaction thing. And I've talked to Blue personally about this. It's a reaction thing. So the best way to not have it happen is to not give a reaction. And if they don't leave your page alone, then the best way to not have the action is just to block. You know what I mean? Because the more we give a reaction, then I feel like it's that way with all of these platforms that continuously, it's like a revolving door. Every single day, everybody's beefing with each other and talking about each other and all this shit, right? So not like understanding that not every action deserves a reaction, and it's especially that way for Blue.
agree, and I'm definitely learning because I'm getting to the point where, like you say, every action doesn't reserve reaction. Sometimes, like I done got to the point where I don't address a lot of things, and like you said, block and move on, set your boundaries. And definitely, I have, and I know the people that I align with definitely have. It's just the behavior, the patterns that continue to go on. And again, I told Blue today myself, you in our spaces and you're not welcome here. Like if you're not welcome in the space, why do you continuously barge in or overstep people's boundaries? And I'm not and if Blue listening, I'm not calling them they out. MJ, my girl, we'll have a conversation. That again, I know MJ can talk some sense into Blue because Blue definitely needs somebody to sit down and give him a little pep talk or just some support. Like, because it's not okay to be around her hurting people and coming after people and baiting people and saying derogatory shit, and then when somebody clap back, you playing victim. Like everybody don't give grace. Everybody don't have to give grace. We do it because the people we align with, but like seriously in real life, come on now. All gloves be off.
Justice for all and Regina, but how far can that harassment go if you block? So I've seen y'all go through this before, especially with Blue. Blue will come in and y'all give Blue a box. I feel like for a while people were giving Blue a box just to get the reactions and the entertainment out of it. It's really simple. I do it all the time. I love the block button. Let them come back on 50 million different accounts. You know what you do? You block them. If they come, they join the panel and you hear the voice, boom, block. You have somebody in your comments acting like a fool and you think it's them, block. Not every action deserves a reaction. You know what I'm saying? It's, I don't know. Like, I work heavily that way, especially with this app, because people are always on here doing the most. And I have severe ADHD and my patience is like 0.
So actually, the reason why Blue gets a box when they come in is because if you don't give Blue a box, Blue continues and keeps going, and then you block them or block them, and then they end up coming right back on a different page, and then continues the cycle, and then runs to another platform and throws false allegations on all of us.
Do you know how many people have thrown false allegations on me? And you know what I do? Not give a fuck. If
I'm
they're
sure you
false,
give a
there's
fuck.
nothing
I'm
for me
sure
to
you
talk
give a fuck
about.
if
If
your
they're,
real life was affected because of these false allegations.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just handle things different. Especially like it's different if it was a new behavior, right? It would be different if it was a new behavior, but this isn't a new behavior.
Yeah,
Why are
so
you
I just really
hold
wanted
on a
to I
second.
just
Why
really
are you
wanted to speak on
upset
that.
about an app
I
that
just,
you're in yet speak on his kids? Whose kids have I spoke on?
oh yeah, that's what I was just on. My folks were saying that I guess yesterday you was speaking on petty kids or something. I don't know what happened with that, but they said you was speaking on kids yesterday and you spoke on petty kids. So I guess that's what they talking about in the comments. Everybody's talking about it. That's what my folks were just telling me. And I'm like, MJ?
What I'm talking about?
MJ? I am
What are
shocked
you?
to hear that. Oh wow. Yeah, you're right. I gotta hear that. I can't go. I gotta go hear that. I
And did
can't.
you go to Gloria before going? Who went live about
We
Gloria?
just cleared it up.
Now, this is a perfect example. I don't even know who this person is, and already we got two false narratives. Like, who are you? Number one, who are you? And who went live about Gloria? Gloria's in here. I asked Gloria to come over here so I could ask her if she meant that I was talking about Holly Mae and Unknown or what was going on. We already cleared that up. Like, are you new here?
Yeah, they probably came in late, but we did clear that up about the Gloria part. I think they said,
Judge Truth.
yeah. So was you talking on the kids, MJ? Come on. Nah, you know what? I gotta hear the clip first. Don't tell me nothing. I'll be back. Just I don't
Yeah.
I'll be back. Okay.
Yeah, bring a clip if you could. Let me know.
Gotcha.
Just let me know where the fuck they at.
They talking about the corporal punishment of a child charge? I've never sat online and had a whole conversation about anybody's kids, to be honest. I mean, yeah, bring a clip. Bring a clip. I talked about a whole lot of stuff yesterday. It's Petty's clip. It's the live from the day of the Charlie Kirk thing. That's what it is. I think I'm on rewatch. AK, am I on rewatch? I'm pretty sure I am. So any of y'all can go pull the live. I don't mind. Go ahead. You talk about how much you love your family. I never imagined. Andrew talk. I don't even know who most of these people are. I don't even know who it. I just saw a Stormy. Is that the Stormy that they're accusing of sending me stuff? Because that's not true either. Sorry. Some feel the need to police your page. Oh, I don't. I mean, it's not really policing to me, to be honest. I think most of those people have enough of their own dirt to worry about before they try to talk about what MJ talks about. You know what I'm saying? They got plenty on their own plate. They got plenty on their own plate. And if I want to sit on live and play Petty's clip, that's very much online. I think, do we forget like the internet's forever? Like this was a live thing. It wasn't a private thing. It's not like I pulled a text message or something he sent me. It's on live. It's published. All we talked about was morals and how Petty doesn't have any. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. How he doesn't practice the word he preaches. That's very accurate. The sheep herd was rolling in. I understand most of them are supporters. Honestly, the only one I talked about was Bertina. I believe out of everybody that sits over there, and then Kendra's section of the live played. And I said, like, I wasn't sure how to take that, but I felt like she was trying to get like a good message across to him, but he just wasn't trying to retain it. I did say that. And then I said Retina's name because I just thought it was interesting that Petty would say that he wishes that all women who were violated could protect themselves, and he goes on like a little bit about that. And I said, well, that's interesting, since how one of your main supporters says that if you're drunk, it's not essay. So I mean, if y'all want to take offense to that, that's your own prerogative. Again, Regina, what you say is clipped. It's on the internet, right? So if you don't want things talked about or replayed or brought back up, I mean, just understand and maybe think twice about what you say on the internet. I mean, the context that I heard from the clip is, I mean, it's a pretty long clip. You said what you said. You said what you said. I've heard the clip, to be honest. I don't want you up here, to be honest. I'm not arguing with anybody, and if you don't see a problem with what you said, that's not my problem. But again, it's the internet, right? It's welcome to the internet. That's why I laugh at most y'all. I laugh at most y'all that keep this revolving door going, and all of you go live and just argue with each other every day or argue with the opposite groups. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all do. You just keep arguing with each other about the same shit, mad about what somebody said on the internet. I listen. I don't care what the context is. It was said. I don't see what any context you could speak it on and have that justified. I've heard the clip. Can somebody send me the clip on Discord? Can somebody find that and send it to me on Discord so we can play it? Since we want to get hot and heavy about it. We'll just play the clip. Where can I find that? One of my mods find that clip. Who posted that? Was it Florida Man? No. Was it a T-page? I feel like I saw it in a couple different places. There's a shorter version and then there's an extended version. Let me see. Florida Man's page. Oh, which one? Doesn't that dude have like a billion pages? But it didn't happen. Just one person. Hello. They know. See, like, go over there and argue. Go host a live about me. Go ahead. I don't tolerate that shit over here. For real. I don't care. The clip is the clip. If you want to go clear up your name and what you meant and what you thought based off of that clip, do that. We don't argue over here. I don't go in circles with people. What's up, Philly? It was in Smash's live. Doesn't matter who was being spoken on. What was said was followed. Yeah, facts. There's no other context. That's why I want to play that clip. Because what was said, right? And they're the same type of people that want to drag other people for the most minute things. So I don't see how, with the words that came out of your mouth, that there would be another meaning to what you said. She said it's not essay. Yeah, she did. I want to play the clip. If somebody could send it to me on Discord, I would be forever grateful. Because I really don't want to have to go dig through Florida Man's... No, she didn't leave. I blocked her. You know how I do. I don't... Listen, and that's not silencing people. I'm not going to go back and forth with people that either A, refuse to take accountability, or B, want to justify that. And they're not my people. They're not my people. And we're not going to sit around and act like they don't love to just go back and forth with people for daily entertainment, because they do. And I don't partake in that. Like, I don't know if they're upset because I'm playing Petty's clip and they want to take the context wrong. That's I don't have to explain that. People spin narratives about me all the time. Like one of your weirdo people that was over here trying to say that I went live about Gloria. You think that I spend time or take time out of my Saturday afternoon to go live about a lady named Gloria that I don't even know? No. I wanted Gloria over here to make sure that she wasn't accusing me of talking about Holly Mae and Miss Unknown, because I was not. And did you see how easy that was to clear up? Did you see how easy that was to clear up? I didn't create a narrative out of that. I didn't nothing. I said, okay, that great. List came up here, said who it was about. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming to clear it up. All done. All set. Gloria was in here. All good. But why do y'all do that? Why do y'all be like, oh, well, what does that got to do with me? It has everything to do with who you guys sit with. And that's the problem. You guys say you stand for certain shit, but you get caught doing the same shit. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It's hypocritical. It doesn't go hand in hand. Like, what it's giving is that y'all sit with a bunch of people that you don't actually like. I don't know, but my platform isn't for you to come clear that up, right? My platform isn't for you to come clear that up. You have your own platform, so if you feel like you were wronged, or if you feel like that clip doesn't say what that clip says, then you feel free to use your platform to clear it up. And as soon as I get that clip, I'll play it over here and let people hear it from themselves. It's, I feel like it's pretty simple, right? I'm not dragging you for it. You asked and I repeated it. Like, I'm not dragging you for it. It is what it is, but that's why I don't fuck with you. That's why I'm not on your side. That's why I don't be in your lives. That's why I don't join your panels. That's why I don't hang out with you or your people. Nope. Don't harass you, don't stalk you, don't pay attention to you. Solo dolo. And that's why I say not every action deserves a reaction. Y'all give people way too much damn time on this app. Just like I said with Blue. If y'all got a problem with Blue, like, you're crying about somebody harassing you, but are you doing everything that you possibly can to just make sure they're not on your page? Or do you just finally give in and then use it for entertainment purposes? Because you can't have both. You can't have both. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. And you can ask Blue. Blue knows how I would deal with Blue in the past before we finally came up with an agreement. It's a solid block. You can come in on 1.5 million fake pages. People come in here, they act messy, they get blocked. I love the block button. I don't understand why more people don't love the block button. Why don't y'all love the block button? I don't get on here to make sure that I got 1.5 million views. I've never cared. I was yapping to 32 people yesterday, happy. And I feel like that's y'all's problem, is the views make a difference. You want everybody to know. The more people that the information gets shared to, the better. Like, I don't know. That's not me. That's not me. I've seen y'all live going rounds with the same people for God knows how long. Months, and you just repeat the same shit about each other. Like, talk about it on your own platforms. I don't know what to tell you. I want to find that clip. Nobody can find that clip. Nobody can find that clip. Let me. Florida Man. It's on. Does anybody know what page of Florida Man's that was on? Are we sure it was on Florida Man's page? I feel like I saw it on a few different pages. I feel like I'm even willing to get Florida Man in here to figure out where that clip is. Florida Man has 1 million accounts. Florida Man account 16. Florida Man account 4. Florida Man is here. Florida Man account 5. Florida Man 168. Florida Man 66. Florida Man 992. Oh, Lord heavens. Does anybody have Florida Man? Florida Man Maine, but the video recording is gone. It's gotta be somewhere. Mother said they have it. They just need your Discord name. It's, oh, hold on a second. Now, hold on. Oh. Okay. Let's see.
When I was asked, I said, who got abused?
No.
Because in my head, that wasn't like...
What is the A in SA? What does that stand for?
Sexually abused. Also...
Yeah. No, the abuse there, so you're saying that you don't think that
That's would be your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
It can't be. I'm sorry.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, if there's no way for that.
That's in my eyeballs, if you get drunk and don't remember if you participated or didn't participate, that's not abuse in my eyes.
Don't.
That is Retina. So, could you guys hear it? Could you guys hear it? Do they need to be, I don't know. No, they don't need to be unblocked to hear it because I'm sure she's heard it. And so the fact that she was in my comments trying to justify that, what did she say that that's not what she meant? That's not what she was talking about. Ma'am.
In my head, that wasn't like...
What is the NSA? What does that stand for?
Sexually abused. Also...
Yeah. No, the abuse there, so you're saying that you don't think that would be
That's your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
It can't be. I'm sorry.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, if there's no way for that.
That's in my eyeballs, if you get drunk and don't remember if you participated or didn't participate, that's not abuse in my eyes.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I am saying that because those are... That's my thought.
You're gonna turn people against you. You can't do that.
I don't. Did you think fair?
I need the hate.
No, because I'm literally saying if you are drunk.
I'm sorry.
Like, I don't know. I'm really smart. Okay. Who's Bree? Which Bree? There's a lot of Bree. I don't want to say who's Bree because I know a lot of Brees. What Bree? And I don't mind if people stream me. That's fine. Here we'll play it. Petty's Bree. I don't think I know who that is. I don't know a lot of Petty's people because I don't.
When I was asked, I said, "Who got abused?"
No.
Because in my head, that wasn't like.
What is the A in SA? What does that stand for?
Sexually abused. Also,
So
and
the abuse there. So you saying that you don't think that would be
that's your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
It can be. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's your
Absolutely.
opinion.
No, if there's no way for that.
That's your, in my eyeballs, if you get drunk and don't remember if you participated or didn't participate, that's not abuse in my eyes.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I am saying that because those are, that's
You know,
my thought.
you're gonna turn people against you. You can't do that.
I don't, do you
I
think I
need to
care?
hate. I need to hate.
No,
But-
because I'm literally saying,
I'm
if,
sorry. I have
if
a-
you are drunk,
I'm sorry.
if you're
Hey,
drunk, that's
don't
not
say
abuse.
that. Hey, just conversate with me for a minute here. Let me explain, and then maybe you'll understand. Here's where the education.
Yeah, I don't know. I think sometimes when people say things online, I don't know if they don't realize that those things really happen in real life. So we were talking about real life earlier, right? Real life things got brought up. Do you not understand that those things actually happen to people in real life? In those situations in real life, that specific situation that you were talking about in real life, I know somebody that actually went through that, and is still very much traumatized till this day, to the point that she's never touched a drop of alcohol since. So I don't know. To me, there's no justification for that, right? And that's my opinion. The good thing about that is that as a result of that, I realized silently that my morale and values don't align with yours in true MJ fashion, which is why you don't see me around. I just don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's simple. It's simple. And I wish more people over there and over there and over there would understand that it's not that hard. I didn't need to go live and like drag you about it. As a matter of fact, I've never even sat live and played this clip. You know? That's for you to live with. Those weren't my words, they were yours. So, it's not my platform that you need to come try to clear up what you said on TikTok Live. That's for your platform. And I'm not going to further shame victims by allowing you on my platform to clear up something like that. Because I have a friend in real life that's actually a victim of that. So no, you don't have space over here. And it is what it is. It's fine. Like, it's cool. Like I said, it did get brought up. So if you want to pick a friend or pick your own, or pick Petty's, you know what? I'd actually be interested to see you on Petty's Live and play that clip. Because I played Petty's clip, right? In Petty's words, he believes that women should be able to take extreme measures to protect themselves, which I agree wholeheartedly. Give him his flowers for that, absolutely. So I'm interested to see you live on Petty's platform and have somebody play that clip. You did that to Monster, didn't you? You saw something. It's crazy how this works. You saw something that red flagged you about Monster, and so you went over there and you played that for Petty. And based off of Petty's morale and values, right? Petty turned his back completely on Monster. So I would be very interested to see you go on Petty's, and maybe they did. Does anybody know? Did they ever play that on Petty's? Today they played Monster's video. That's sad. While they all dogged her in the comments. Where did they do that at? Where did they do that at? weren't in Bree's live. Who was in that live? Was anybody that was over here? Was anybody that was over here? Did they participate in that? Does anybody know? Don't lie to me. Don't. Let's not do. I don't like lying. Don't do that. We tell the truth. We tell the truth. They never played it. Breezy said they never played it in Petty's. So you're telling me that this clip of Ratina was never played in Petty's live? Does Petty have this clip? I don't know who this is.
Good. Thanks. So, how many...
Hello? Who is this? Hello? That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me. No, you're good. The Ratina clip. The Ratina clip. That's interesting to me. The only reason I bring it up is what Petty said in this live 3 days ago about the women protecting themselves, and that's when I brought up the Ratina video. But now that I'm learning it was never played in Petty's, I'm wondering if Petty's ever even seen it. And why they want to talk about mental health while actively doing that to Monster. I'm confused. Hey Trish, what's up?
Hey MJ. A lot of people do know me because I do move around a lot, and we all know each other from back from D-bag side, right? But on the Monster thing, can I let you and everybody understand, like, the thing that hurt me the most, because a lot of us was in the live when Monster was having the manic spell, and I knew she was having a manic spell because my child, my oldest one, does have a disability when it comes to, having problems like that. When she was screaming and saying, well, did I not have enough BLOD? And this, that, and the other. I want you to look at it in my aspect and everything, okay, please? And my daughter, she is 28, and she has spells to where she CUT her legs, right? And I have had help for her before and things like that. And I've talked her down and things. So when you get very emotionally attached to someone like Monster and other people that you do want to help them, and you feel sorry for them and your heart really breaks for them. I can't say, or anybody else say, that she wasn't in a manic spell. She might not have, did that to her leg. My daughter might have done that. But that's what broke my heart when I did actually see and listen to the clip, because I was believing what she says, because I always do that to everybody. I give everybody a benefit of the doubt. But that's what personally hurt me. And then immediately, I was blocked. I was immediately blocked. And I was there for Monster and tried to help her. But I thought, in my mind, what I go through with my daughter, and I don't want to see BLOD and stuff like that, that's what hurt me the most. But you understand my aspect of it as well?
Let me ask you something, though. I'm going to ask you two things. Number one, have you one-on-one without the internet ever had a conversation with that privately with Monster?
She blocked me instantly just because I do go over Petty's and listen. I'm usually at work 90% of the time, so I'm just listening to everybody. And that's how I kind of know what goes on everybody's sides. But no, she instantly blocked me. And I didn't do nothing to her. It was just, I was in the comment at one time, said I was shocked. I was shocked. I was really, really shocked.
Okay, well, hold on a second. So I'm a realist, right? I separate all the extra and the bullshit, and I'm a realist. So if that happened to me, and I had a bunch of people that I was close to all of a sudden in a live, playing a clip of me, and not one of them people ever even had a conversation with me, and everybody's quick in the comments, and it rings true because it happens all the time on this app. People start a narrative, and then everybody hops on the train and runs with it, right? So think of it from Monster's perspective.
Yes.
But
you understand though.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
From Monster's perspective, she pops in there and she says, everybody playing this clip, and people are in the comments. So you all want to talk about your hurt, but if you had a mental health moment and all of a sudden all of your friends are streaming it, what about Monster's feelings? Coming from a group of people who claim mental health this and we care about mental health, like, I don't know, like it doesn't, you can't be in the comments saying I'm shocked. Being in the comments saying I'm shocked automatically lets her know that you believe what they're saying, because why else would you be shocked? If you had a conversation, a phone conversation with Monster, then you would have known the context and you probably wouldn't have been in the comments saying anything. And the fact that her friends, people that claimed to care about her, did that to her, and I don't even really know Monster. I don't really know Monster. I haven't really had full conversations with Monster, but I do know this. Whether I knew her or whether I didn't know her, and I don't care who it is, if somebody's having a moment like that, it's not up to me or the internet to decide whether she's having an actual moment or not. Do you understand? That's the most vile, disrespectful, inhumane thing that you could do to somebody. It's not for everybody else to decide. Who are we to sit online and decide how somebody's mental breakdown is legit or not? Everybody's different. Literally everybody on the planet is different. My mental breakdown would be different than your mental breakdown, which would be different than your daughter's mental breakdown that you were speaking about. You know what I mean? So I just don't understand where anybody finds it appropriate to be using somebody's moment as an entertainment purpose and allowing a large lump sum of people to have an opinion on that. To me, that is disgusting and vile. I don't care who it is.
Okay, so
you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand. We're talking facts, right? Okay. So, like, you just played that clip with Ratina. What she says, yes, she said what she said. But still, yet, my point of the view with Monsters thing is that I was literally crying because her screaming, did I not be LLOD enough for y'all, or or whatever like that. I put myself as one individual, not as a group. I am one individual. You get what I'm saying? That's what hurt me a lot. But then she instantly blocks me, and we never could conversate about any of that.
Have you participated in the comments of the lives since it's been played since? Because, I mean, to my knowledge, it's been played a few times.
If people see my comments, you will see where I say, yes, she was having a manic spell. She was. You can clearly see that because I seen it in my child.
And since then, when you see them live about it, do you stand up and say, hey, like, no matter what we feel about this person's personal moment, whether we feel like it's real, whether we feel like it's fake, do we think that it's appropriate to play this on live? And like.
But is it appropriate too, MJ, to say those things and use it as a defense to manipulate people as well? Because I wouldn't want nobody manipulating anybody saying those kinds of things. Honestly.
I'm gonna say this. In the 6 months, I'll say around roughly 6-7 months. I'll give it 8 months. In the 8 months that I've seen Monster live, since I've known Monster, the only people that I've seen talking about it is the people over there. And that sassy group that chases her around the app.
I don't know about all that, so. I don't.
Like, what's it gonna take? You know what I mean? At one point, at what point, like, where's the limit? What's it gonna take? Is it gonna take her life for people to let it go and leave her alone? I'm confused.
But that also goes to mirror around with a lot of people that's on the app.
We're not talking about other people. We're not talking about other people. I'm talking about Monster. Monster's clip being played over and over and over. the people that claim to care about Monster in the comments. And I'm not saying just you. You have to think about it. You have to think about it because it's not just Monster at that point too. The other people that are triggered by it.
Yes, and if
Nobody's
things are
thinking about
triggering to other people, if people, like you said, block button, or move out of that life. Try to find somewhere else that's more positive.
Why not correct them? If you set up
Because
your,
grown people, you can't
hold
grown
on.
people can't correct other grown people.
Okay, do you still sit over there?
I'm everywhere.
I don't know. I'm just the type of person, and I've even hit like a new thing where if like I can't be in spaces with people, like I can watch and be a silent watcher, even watch from the windows sometimes, but I can't continuously sit with people that I don't know how to say it. If their morale doesn't sit with me, like I'm not a full-time person. I'm not a frequent flyer in their lives. And all I can say is that they're just really not accomplishing anything other than destroying people's mental health more. Not just Monsters, but everybody else that has to sit and listen to that. And what's the point? Why is that entertainment to people? Like, I don't know. You know, everybody wants to speak on how they feel that Monster handled her own mental health dealings. But why aren't they speaking on why that's entertainment? That's it's not entertainment material. I don't know. I don't understand that. Why would you do that to anybody? Why? I mean, the first time was already wrong, but why is it continuously being played from the same group that was just over here talking about I don't know, the mental health thing? All they're doing is hurting Monster and everyone else is disgusting. Yeah, and I mean, how long has it been going on? What are y'all trying to get from Monster? Because as far as I see, she doesn't even address you guys. It's just like that sassy Virgo crazy lady. Like, how many platforms for how many months do you need to keep following that girl around? Like, what is your end goal? I've literally asked Sassy that before. What is your end goal? What are you looking for? You can't make people dislike people. You can't. Like, cancel culture really isn't a thing. It's more harmful than anything. You can't, there's no canceling people. Literally. That you can't cancel people. There's people that look at what y'all are doing. There's some of you that believe that playing somebody's mental health crisis is okay and is content worthy. You have the other side of the FYP live talking about it's disgusting, it's vile, and I don't understand why they should do it. So you have people that sit with it and are going to sit with it no matter what. We see it with tons of different groups. Until people see things for themselves, and until people feel things for themselves, and until people learn and grow and heal and start to realize how wrong it is and decide to move away themselves, you can't make people go or do anything. The only thing we can hope is that people realize, like, oh man, you know what? I can't sit and preach mental health and be an advocate if I'm currently destroying somebody's mental health for entertainment purposes. I don't, like, where, like, I don't know. I feel like that's common sense. It's sad that you even have to sit on live and explain that. Nobody should have to sit live and explain that. Monster shouldn't have to go live and feel completely defeated because you guys want to play a clip of some shit that happened how long ago that 6 different panels can't let go. But y'all got your own dirt. Folks, you don't have a right to be dragging her about anything.
About abuse.
No.
Because in my head, that wasn't like.
What is the A in SA? What does that stand for?
Sexually abused. Also,
yeah. No, the abuse there. So you're saying that you don't think that would be
that's your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
So Ratina, from my understanding, you're the one that brought that to Petty's Live in the first place. Okay, so let's clock something. Right? Let's remove the BS and bring in the reality. You have no right to be talking about what you feel somebody's mental health crisis looked like. You have no right saying the things that you do, judging someone else for what you felt that their mental health crisis should have looked like. Because is that what we're doing now? We're trying to tell people what their mental health crisis looks like? And why is that something that y'all want to restream? Why is that something y'all want to restream? I don't that doesn't make any sense to me. When y'all are sitting online doing just as vile shit, like Retina, respectfully, at the point where you were going up and having Petty play Monster's video, you should have followed your video behind it. No, actually, to take accountability, you should have played your video first. You should have played your video first, but I think that's the code over there, is even if you played your video first, people are going to do and run with what they want to, because everybody's scared of the truth. Nobody wants to stand all 10. Nobody wants to hold their friends accountable. And that's why these messes happen. I haven't seen in all this weird shit that Petty's said and done. Like, I think there's a lady that gets on in this clip and says some very vile things. None of y'all hold him accountable. And that goes for a lot of you. A lot of you do some weird shit, and I don't ever see y'all hold each other accountable. So, respectfully, Retina, and I do, I say it respectfully, no harm, no foul, you had no right to do that to somebody else when you're online doing just as vile shit. But the two don't compare, because one was a mental health crisis, and you just blatantly telling everybody that your belief is that if they're drunk, it's not SA. So where's your accountability? Why are you worried about what somebody else has got going on, and what's the truth and a lie in somebody else's life? And more importantly, why is that on repeat for entertainment? What are you hoping to gain by that? What are you hoping to gain by that? They have no reason to be mad at Monster. Monster doesn't really entertain them. The only thing I've seen Monster do in the last 3 months is just beg people to leave her the hell alone. Even when she was live being positive and trying to just push past after all of them did what they did to her, she still wasn't addressing it. She just wanted to be left alone. Like, yeah, Retina, you can't. You can't. You can't do that. You look crazy. Is it because the internet hasn't seen this clip? I'm confused. But I don't know. Like you can't say, "Oh, Monster blocked me," if she sees you in a live that's continuously restreaming a moment for her that y'all are trying to decipher is real or not. For who? For you? She doesn't owe you shit. But I'd feel the same way if I saw my people in there that heard something and painted their own narrative and just hopped on a train about my mental health. That's scary. That's scary. None of you, anybody that's over there participating, none of you should be claiming you're a mental health anything. If you were a licensed therapist doing that, think about it, right? Yes, the internet's the internet, but if you were a licensed therapist and, I just shut this door. if you were a licensed therapist and you recorded your clients like therapy sessions, and your client leaves your office and you just feel like, oh, they're faking it for insurance purposes or whatever I don't know. And you go play it for a bunch of people to try to decipher if this person is like being for real or not. Like, what do you think's going to happen with that? And that's the crazy part. There isn't not one of you over there that's a licensed therapist. Like, you're not a licensed therapist. You don't have a college degree in psychology. And if you do, that's really scary. If you do, that's really scary, because what are you going to study for? What kind of job are you trying to get with psychology if you're sitting on TikTok live dragging somebody's mental health, trying to decipher if it's real or not? So, just, I don't know. I'm just saying, but this is, I guess, this is the same person that thinks that there's justification for saying that if you're too drunk that you can't call it essay. So there's that. They've been live since 10:11 a.m. talking about everyone and their mamas. Yeah, that's what they do. I talked about that earlier. That's what they do. It's a revolving door behavior. That's why it's like confusing to me of like why they don't know the block button. The block button. I feel like it was the same thing with Skittles. Y'all had this big thing with Skittles, but I'll be damned, every time Skittles come over, y'all let her in the panel. You know why? Because she was in her moments, and what happens when they're in their moments? It brings the views. That's weird to me. At this point, you're exploiting mental health for views. That's just being real. I mean, if you think outside the box, what else could it be? If Monster doesn't fuck with you, Monster doesn't come in your spaces, Monster doesn't go live about you, then what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You're not a licensed therapist trying to help her. You're not trying to help her. You're not deciding that it's actually none of your fucking business and not talking about it. Like, what? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. So no, Ratina, you're not going to come over here and try to justify why you said that. Because I feel like that would be a slap in the face to actual victims. Right? And Holly Mae, I appreciate you over here trying to stick up for your friend, but it literally had nothing to do with you. And that's how you guys also do. You move in groups. I don't give a fuck about your group, to be honest. Don't care. For me to be a good person, I don't need to move in a group. I can move all by my goddamn self. Okay? I don't need friends to justify my shitty actions. And I keep it that way because I typically don't get on live and do a bunch of shitty shit to have to take accountability for. And it makes it pretty easy. So, I don't care. If you guys want to speak about mental health, then you should probably preach it and start caring about it. If it doesn't have anything to do with you, you should probably stop talking about it. And stop exploiting people for entertainment purposes. Don't do that. Not when it comes to mental health things. Same to you. What does that mean? Grab a box, Salty Sammy. I don't argue with the comments. Same to me what? Waiting, the box is open. Come on. I'm really easy to talk to. I upset people because I'm a realist, but I am really easy to talk to. So just grab a box. Just grab a box. Can't on this device. You got the old Motorola Razr? I miss that phone. I love the Motorola Razr. It was my favorite phone. My absolute favorite phone. But yeah, I don't know what you mean by that. Same to me, what? When have I sat on TikTok live and exploited people for entertainment purposes only? Or their mental health? I'll wait. If I've done it, I'll take accountability. Give me a situation. Give me a situation.
Shop the tabby
What
at
the hell?
Push.com.
What the hell are you doing? What? What?
To bring out the villain.
What? You say that like what the hell are you doing to Richie? I don't even but her mental health doesn't matter, right? Context matters. Do you want to hear the clip? Do you want to hear the clip? Do you want to hear the clip? And this is just her opinion on essay. Oh, you already have. Several times. Okay. This clip?
When I was asked, I said, who got abused?
No.
Because in my head, that wasn't like
What is the A in essay? What does that stand for?
sexually abused. Also,
No,
and
the abuse there, so you saying that you don't think that would be
that's your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
It can be. I'm sorry.
Well, that's your opinion.
No, if there's no way for that.
That's in my eyeballs, if you get drunk and don't remember if you participated or didn't participate, that's not abuse in my eyes.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I am saying.
She literally says that in her eyeballs, and she says it multiple times, in her eyeballs, that's her opinion. And I don't see how this would be affecting her mental health. Explain to me how her sitting on live and saying what her opinion is, and me playing the clip because she was over here, right? She was over here. So I'm playing the clip, right? Explain to me how I'm harming her mental health when she sat on live, and these are her words. This is her clip. And it's not due to a mental health crisis. She's speaking about essay. That account, are you a male or a female? Let me ask you that. Are you a male or are you a female? Let me ask you that. Salty Sammy says, are you a male or are you a female? Oh. So, like, are you willing to have, like, a conversation, or are you you're angry? Are you angry? Nunya is an angry word. Nunya means you're closed off. Nunya means even if I give an opinion, you're not going to want to see it. Nunya means that even if I tell you facts, you still wouldn't believe them. That's what Nunya means in my dictionary. So is that what you're here to do? That's probably your friend, right? It's either you, yourself, on a fake page, or she's your friend and you're not in a position to stand up and tell her that it's wrong. Which one is it? Again, I'm a realist. I don't need to sit on live and spin narratives. I just speak the truth. That's it. I don't talk about people. I don't degrade people. I don't need to talk about their looks or their mamas, the real life thing. I don't do any of that. I don't do any of that. Most of the time, it's people's own words. It's people's own words. I compare people's own words to their actions. That's it. Where did they go? Where did they go? Where did you go? Where did you go? Where did you go? I had questions. Well, I asked you a question. I asked you 2 questions. How did you think that her opinion, right, because she says it multiple times, how do you think that affected any SA victims from that situation that were in Smashley's Live? What's the context? Do we need to listen to it again? She clearly states multiple times that that's her opinion. I don't really think that there's much context that you can put to that.
As I said, who got abused?
No.
Because in my head, that wasn't like
Double tap.
What is the A in SA? What does that stand for?
sexually abused. Also,
No, the abuse there, so you're saying that you don't think that would be
that's your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
It can be. I'm
Well,
sorry.
that's your opinion.
No, if there's no way for that.
That's in my eyeballs, if you get drunk and don't remember if you participated or didn't participate, that's not abuse in my eyes.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
I am saying that because those are, that's my thought.
You're gonna turn people against you. You can't do that.
I don't.
So again, fake account that can't come on that device. Again, I'm just gonna say very calmly, like she states it multiple times, that's her opinion. There is no context. What context is there when you flat out say that that is your opinion? Let's assume there's context, right? Let's just assume there's context. Is this her picking and choosing who that would apply to? Let's go through this. Let's go through this MJ's way. Is that insinuating that she would pick and choose who that applies to? Just like with Monster, she picked and chose whether or not her mental health applied or not because she didn't take it seriously, so it must not be that serious and nobody else should believe it? Is that what y'all are trying to do? Because both of those things are pretty across the board. Those things are pretty both across the board. And to be quite honest, neither one should be spoke about on live for entertainment purposes. I just find it weird that one's being extra highlighted and played on repeat, but this one isn't. Why isn't yours? Why is Monster the topic of conversation? I don't know if this is gonna affect my live on here. I hope not. Maybe not. Shouldn't, right? True story. Like, what is this? Does this have volume?
Bits and pieces of Retina's crime stories and would like to see the full scope of her dark past.
What is this? If this is like exposing her charges respectfully, it says Retina, this has got her full name on it. I don't do the real life shit. I don't think that I want to play this on live. If this exposes like her real name, if this exposes like any of that shit, I'm not playing that on my live. Let me mute here and see this. Yeah, I'm not about that. I don't. I don't need to dig into someone's real life. I don't need to dig into somebody's real life when they've done just plenty enough on TikTok. You know what I mean? I don't need to do all that. This clip that I'm playing alone is enough, but I will mute here and see what this is. But I automatically see that somebody doxed her real name or put her real name out here, and this looks like it might be some charges. Hold on a second. It would need to be redacted. I love that word. Get on redacting. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh my god. Oh. Now, Retina. 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 Where is this video? Is this on somebody's TikTok? Is this on somebody's TikTok? Have people seen this? Have people seen this? And I love this comment. But y'all want to play Monsters 5150. The fact the fact that you're trying to judge that girl at all. Has Petty seen this? Has Petty seen either one of these? I feel like I could play this because it's actual news article. But I don't know. Like it was actually like on the news. Was this actually on the news? I'm pretty sure I saw a news logo. Petty knows about the charges. Yes, he knows. That's a different can of worms. I wouldn't open that can. Well, I mean, that just the fact that he knows, it tells me everything I mean that I basically already knew, because I'm confused. I'm confused. Why are you guys playing somebody else's stuff repeatedly on live? Yeah, Lolly. Yeah, Lolly. Yeah. I feel like that's a double standard. The Retina, like this is worse. Even if you're assuming that video of her was fake, this is worse. In my opinion. Allegedly. That's bad. That's foul. That's so foul. Like, it doesn't, like, it's no wonder why you just have no shame and why you think that you have justifications. You didn't even apologize to these folks. Retina changed. Oh, okay. So does that apply to anybody else? Does that apply for anybody else? Or are we just gonna play everybody else's stuff? We're just gonna play everybody else's stuff. It only applies if she applies change. So nobody else can apply change and not have to worry about their stuff being played. Let me ask y'all something. When was the last time that they played Monsters video? When was the last time they played Monsters video? Today? Today. Oh. Today? Okay. Today. Yes, today. Okay. Hey.
Today, because they were mad at her because of what she was saying in Blue's live. I already got a target on my back. I don't care.
They go live about her and play her videos over and over and over, but they're mad if she's in the live.
So Blue scrolled into the live. They called him out. Somebody blocked him. And then they were like, no, bring Blue back. And then Blue came back.
Wait.
Yeah, they left a lot of this out, MJ. They left a lot of this out.
So they sat over here and said, hold on, autoplay. Sorry. So they said that
Blue was being Blue. He was being nosy and he wanted to watch. Like we all do. We just want to see what's going on. They saw his name. Somebody blocked him. And then I think it was Bree. No, unblock him. And then it's like, what are you doing over here? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's the same song and dance. And then Blue wasn't like...
So didn't I give the suggestion to them earlier of just the best thing to do is just block people? And yeah, so they left out the part where Blue was actually blocked, and then somebody requested for Blue to be unblocked to bring them back in.
Yeah. And the Blue thing with the slur at the end of the name, that was before the incident with the attempt. Not making an excuse for him, but that's how long ago that was. I'm almost positive.
And so not only are they dragging Monster's mental health stuff, but now they're accusing somebody else of faking.
Oh yeah, Retina said that he was faking. Something about Riri said before she even talked to him. I mean, MJ, it's so messy, and you know I like to hide. And like, I'm sure I could get some people to get a lot of clips for you. It's messy. It's messy. It's like a little 1-year-old with a birthday cake messy. Seriously.
This...
And it's messy on so many sides. Like, nobody knows how to leave somebody else alone. That's their problems. If you don't like people, block them. Get rid of them. I block people all the time.
This video is bad.
Oh yeah, the GoFundMe.
That's sad. That's so sad. Retina.
So anyway, that's why I was making the comments I was, because things, not necessarily that they're untrue, dates don't align, and we know I like dates and you like dates. It's the analytical thing. I mean, I could probably get a whole timeline together for you and make you a PowerPoint if you would like.
Listen, I like, as far as they go, I don't know. I don't entertain them. Like, I don't usually do this. I don't really talk about that side because I don't pay attention to them. And for me, if I don't like something or something isn't matching my morale or people just want to beef it, I just block. Like, I address things here and there, but in general, like, my entertainment isn't to go live and pick them apart about.
Well, my issue was, and I will stand on this, they were here for something else, and then they had to bring up Blue.
Yeah, and I mean, me and Unknown are friends on here, so I think what her intentions was to just be like, hey, do you think you could talk to Blue? But then here comes all of them, and I feel like they don't realize that that's why they get themselves into so many problems, because once one comes, then here they all come, and now it's this, and now it's that, and now it's this, and like, I don't care about all the rest of the shit, you know what I mean?
And then even one of them corrected Miss Unknown. No, he says he works in the mental health. He didn't say he was an advocate. Like, there's so many different twists and turns, and here's the thing. Just, if you don't like somebody, block them and move on. He doesn't bother Petty anymore from what I've seen, unless you all can prove me otherwise.
Listen, you can't even say that Blue bothered Petty, because Petty dragged some of his people for even maybe potentially live being in the same box as Blue, but yet the minute Petty would get off live, what people didn't know was that Petty was following Blue around, and I saw it from my own eyes. That's why I blocked Petty. That's how I realized who Petty really was, because I watched how he treated his own people, about even being in a live way over here. Some of his people, they wouldn't even be talking to Blue, but because they're in the same box, he'd bring them on his live, block them from the box, acting like he wasn't following Blue around the app, because I saw him in all the chats. So it's things like that, that I don't know. You can't, like, don't.
It's messy and it's creating drama.
Yeah,
it's like a narrative story to create drama, to bring drama to lives and talk about what happens, and so you get more views, and it's just kind of like,
yeah. See, and I don't do all the extra. I don't do all the real extra drama. What I do is I wipe off all the bullshit, and then I just break it down to the truth. I don't know. I don't need to go do the extra stuff. I don't like people in my panels spinning narratives. Like, I'm not gonna host a whole panel of people just talking mess about people. If people want to send me receipts and I can address it that way, that's cool. But I don't know. I don't do what they do. I don't do what they do. And the fact that they were over here saying all of that, but they're doing all of this, like, that's distasteful. Like, I can't take y'all serious. Ratina, I can't take you serious. This video is horrible. You have absolutely no right or no business to sit on live talking about anybody else's situation, what their past is, or how you feel about what their situation is. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm watching this video, and there ain't no way in hell that you would ever be on my platform. There would be absolutely no way in hell. And the only way I can think that if your friends watched this and you're still around is birds of a feather flock together. And that also tells us all what we all need to know. There's a reason why people excuse it, like Petty. Because we know that Petty has a past too, right? So it's like birds of a feather. But why does that apply with criminal records and not mental health is my question.
That's a good question. But anyway, yeah, there's all kinds more twists and turns. I'm sure AK can pull that for you.
I don't want them.
No, I'm not going anywhere else. But so you could see it for yourself of how it went down. That way you can make your own opinion about it. And that's the thing. I'm all about people forming their own opinions.
Yeah, this clip is on TikTok. I didn't make this. No.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that thing. But I'm talking about what happened today, where they were talking about Blue.
Yeah,
pull it and watch it.
Hold on a second. So I'm gonna explain to the chat because I am gonna play this. I'm gonna play it for a couple of reasons, and I'm gonna explain why. Number one, because you're hypocrites. You're being hypocrites, and you're bothering people. And number two, you don't have any right to be bothering people or exploiting people or using people's downfalls for content. You guys don't have any right to do that. Number three, I did not make this video. Number four, most of what's in this video came from actual news. It came from actual news. Like, it was on the news. Okay. And I'll say it again. It's already on TikTok. I'm going to play it because I feel like it's relevant to prove why you have absolutely no business talking about other people. You don't. You have no business talking or dragging somebody's mental health. And why y'all make excuses for your criminal records, but you can't set a standard for mental health. So yeah, I'm gonna play it. We're gonna listen to it together. Jesse, after I play this, you can come back up and we'll, if we need to, we'll address the Blue stuff more.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'll drop.
Got you. Thank you so much.
If it'll let me. There we go.
Listen, y'all entertain each other for a second, okay? It's getting a little warm in here, so I'm gonna go grab a fan. Because this is kind of heavy stuff. But I feel like I have to do it because fair is fair. And I don't like when people try to sit and portray like if they've had a perfect life and they think that it's funny or cute to just, especially for somebody that doesn't even bother them. I think that's what's getting to me. Somebody who doesn't even bother you. Somebody that has cried and screamed on live for you to leave her alone. And you think this is funny. But you couldn't even stand up in court and apologize. You couldn't even stand up in court and apologize to 3 families of... Yeah, we'll get into it. Thank you, honey. Oh man, it's warm in here. This is heavy. Y'all. I don't understand. Yeah. Let's get a little breeze going. Oh man. Y'all should have just not came over here and you should have just not come over here and acted dishonest with me and not told the truth. I don't like that. I don't like that. And every time that happens, I'm going to clock the truth. Everybody knows that about me. You lied. There is no context to what you said. You repeated it multiple times that was your opinion. There's no context to that. And then it got worse. While this is playing, I need y'all to double tap. I'm going to do my best as her name plays. We all know Ratina, but as the name plays, I'm going to do my best. I know it's on TikTok. I understand it's already public. I did not make the video. I might make funny noises to try to cover up the last name. If you know people that haven't heard the video, are we going to promote this like they did Monsters video? Right, okay, because that's the right thing to do, right? We're gonna keep the playing field even. Double tap and share it. Double tap and share it, because it's like it's almost 7 minutes, and I don't want to play it a bunch of times. I don't want to have to play it a bunch of times. If I have to, I will, but I really don't want to. Hold on, y'all. I'm reading this. I'm going to read this and then we'll get into it. Double tap and share. Shit. Hold on. Oh, man. What is going on? What is going on? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay. You only discovered it last night. The video I'm about to play? Okay. Period. Is everybody ready? Can anybody drop popcorns and juice boxes in the chat? Let's even the playing field, okay? Let's even the playing field. Ratina, you went from bad to worse. Okay? We're going to show the internet why you shouldn't be judging anybody else and why it's just not right for you to do. Don't judge somebody else.
Welcome to the Lighthouse. Today's video sheds light on a creator.
Can everybody
with a
hear
dark
that?
past, Ratina. We're providing information for new followers to the drama side of TikTok.
Who's trying to say I'm being racist? Who's trying to say I'm being racist? Which one of you over there is trying to say that I'm being racist? Queen of Blessings? Can they try to figure out where they came up with that narrative? Can they explain? Do one of y'all where's do you know you're up here? Hello? She doesn't know she's up here. Do one of y'all from over there come over here? One of y'all come over here, please. Somebody. Where why are we doing that? Why are y'all doing that? What why are y'all doing that? What? Jamie. Okay, well, if one of them wants to come address it, that's wild. Why are we doing the race card? Why are people doing that? Why? That's actually distasteful as fuck. You should probably do better. You should probably know me and get to know me before you come up with an accusation like that. That's what you should do. That's what you all should do. Okay? In the meantime, because I'm speaking, this is what they do. I understand it's what they do. I'm not worried about that, really. I'm not gonna waste time trying to defend something I'm not. That, yeah, for a group of people that doesn't know me, that's it was when Unknown was over there and they were telling her to come back because MJ doesn't like people like them over there. Do y'all know that me and Unknown follow each other? We're friends? Did y'all know, whoever's over there saying that, did y'all know that Unknown was over here earlier? Because it appeared in some DMs that Gloria was creating the narrative that I was speaking on Unknown and Holly Mae, and that she was over here and that got cleared up. You do know that we follow each other, right? This is your problem, y'all. You're bored. You're bored and you're loving this. Like, did I give you a reason to be live right now? I love that for y'all. But let's learn the truth.
This will also be helpful for those who have heard
Stop interrupting me!
Bits and pieces of Retina's crime stories and would like to see the full scope of her dark past and how it relates to her behavior today. So, stick around and see how a GoFundMe scammer has unsurprisingly made her way onto the TikTok app and shortly after being released from prison. Let's take a look back at the lengthy criminal history of Retina Lavala.
Too late.
Back in October 2015,
on TikTok.
3 men in Baudette, Minnesota were night fishing. When they failed to report home, a search team was put into place to search for the missing men. Retina was part of the search team. Within a week, all 3 men were found deceased. Retina claimed to be friends with the 3 fishermen. She knew how strongly impacted the community was by their loss. So, she quickly jumped on the opportunity to be responsible for possibly thousands of dollars to help the families. But watch what happens next.
Following the tragedy, 29-year-old Retina LaValla helped in the search for the bodies and launched a GoFundMe page to help the families with funeral expenses. Nearly 400 people contributed $27,000.
Did you take any of the money from that GoFundMe account?
No.
None?
No.
That's what Retina LaValla said to us when we gave her the chance to set the record straight back in January about her involvement in a GoFundMe account for 3 boaters who died last fall up in Lake of the Woods. But here recently, LaValla said the exact opposite in court. She pled guilty to 2 counts of theft relating to the GoFundMe account. According to the Northern Lights region, the families of the boaters who died ended up getting some.
So you pled guilty for something you didn't take? I would have went straight for jury trial.
For the money. LaValla is set to be sentenced on October 19th.
Today, LaValla was sentenced after pleading guilty to theft. The mother of Keith Ayers sent a letter for the county prosecutor to read aloud.
To prey upon the vulnerability of our families and community is an action of a predator. I do not believe that any apology would be of truth. It would be only words to excuse her behavior with hope to lessen the punishment of her actions.
When LaValla was asked if she wanted to address the court, she uttered just 3 words. According to the plea agreement, LaValla will...
The 3 words were, no, I don't.
...not go back to jail. She was given credit for time served, which was about 2 months. Her lawyer told me she avoided bonding out after her initial arrest in an effort to avoid the community. With the case now closed, the community of 1100 can finally try to move on from the drowning deaths of 3 well-loved men.
That's so sad.
Kind of move forward. Everybody's laid to rest. And she had to admit what she had done.
LaValla will be on probation for 5 years and has to write a letter of apology to all 3 families.
You heard that right. Retina served no prison time for her GoFundMe scam for her deceased friends. And since Retina refused to apologize publicly to the families of her scam, the judge ordered her to write apology letters to the families.
Wait, I'm gonna read this out loud. I don't know if this is...
The judge refused to publicly. The judge ordered her to write a...
I don't know if this is like a family member. It's a man. I'm not gonna say his name on here. I don't know if this is a family member, I'm assuming, because it kind of fits in with the video, but I don't know if this is a tweet. It's a social media post. Refusing to apologize is not a sign of strength. It's a sign of narcissism. I'm sorry if, in quotes, isn't an apology. It's an expression of doubt that you did anything wrong. A sincere apology involves taking responsibility for your actions. I'm sorry for. And y'all know how I am about accountability. I had to read that.
Apology letters to the families.
Oh, here, let me read this quote. This quote is also in this video. Normalize apologizing after you were wrong instead of being defensive and disrespectful because you're embarrassed. Are you projecting on Monster? Is that what you're doing? Are you projecting on somebody? Are you looking for somebody else to do what you didn't? Is that what you're doing? That's giving projection. You're expecting something out of somebody that you couldn't even do.
But as karma would have it, Retina couldn't keep her nose clean for 5 years and violated her probation on multiple occasions.
It was a Lake of the Woods tragedy that started with grief and ended with outrage. In October of 2015, 3 young men, Justin Haukfed, Cody Ostendorf, and Keith Ayers, all died when their boat capsized near Flag Island on Lake of the Woods. Then, Ratina Lavala set up a GoFundMe account for the families. That's what caused the outrage. Lavala was convicted of theft for taking money from that account. Now, after violating conditions of her parole, a judge this week ordered Lavala to do the prison time for breaking probation on the theft charge and an earlier DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while on probation.
I didn't even hear that part. When was this? When was this? I didn't look at the dates. When was this? Yeah, that's... When was this? Does anybody know? It started in 2015.
The county attorney says Lavala will now spend about 3 days of summer while on probation to do the prison time for breaking probation on the theft charge and an earlier DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while on probation. Judge this week ordered Lavala to do the prison time for breaking probation on the theft charge and an earlier DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while to do the prison time for breaking probation on the theft charge and an earlier DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while from that account. Now, after violating conditions of her parole, a judge this week ordered Lavala to do the prison time for breaking probation on the theft charge and an earlier DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while on probation. Writing a bad check this summer while on probation. A bad check this summer while on probation. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer. DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while on probation. Earlier DUI charge. She was charged and an earlier DUI charge for breaking probation on the theft charge and an earlier DUI charge. She was convicted of writing a bad check this summer while on probation. The county attorney says Lavala will now spend about 3 years in prison. She was scheduled to be transported to a Minnesota correctional facility in Shakopee today. But Lavala's troubles won't end with that Minnesota prison sentence. There are also 2 felony warrants for her arrest.
Am I bothering you, Laura? Here, I'll help you. I'll help you. I helped you. I didn't mean to bother you. You don't have to be bothered anymore.
In North Dakota, involving drunk driving and bail jumping. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for
Wow.
West in North Dakota in day. But Lavala's troubles won't end with that Minnesota prison sentence. There are also 2 felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, involving drunk driving and bail jumping. I'm Neil. There are also 2 felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, involving drunk driving and bail jumping. Felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, involving drunk driving and bail jumping. I'm Neil Carlson reporting 2 felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, involving drunk driving and bail jumping. I'm Neil Carlson, involving drunk driving and bail jumping.
We play clips on repeat, right? Just making sure everybody hears it.
Felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, involving drunk driving and bail jumping. I'm Neil Carlson reporting for
Wow, that's a lot of charges and a sure sign of another problem. I'm not sure if the reporter made an error or not, but after researching North Dakota law, I found that it takes 4 DUIs to be charged with a felony DUI. So according to the news report, I think that means she has had 5 DUIs since the reporter mentioned one in Minnesota. You would think after being ordered to prison, she would have been humbled. But that wasn't the case. The following news report says that she made a social media post that said, "Before I go, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt." And then she posted all the negative comments directed at her for her crimes. Ratina was right. People in her community were outraged, and rightfully so.
Ma'am. Somebody unblock Ratina. Ratina, come over here, please. Somebody unblock Ratina. Babe, will you unblock Ratina? Thank you. Ratina, I think they said your friends were streaming. If you want to come over here and grab a box. Based off of the clip, this is what she reposted about the sticks and stones may break my bones, but blah, 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 blah. Glad justice was served. She's a terrible, heartless person, and she will get what she deserves. This is just one of her many charges she has. Now let these boys rest in peace. And I agree. God bless their families. That's tragic. That's very tragic. Anonymous, she has been committing crimes in ND for years. Finally, they have charged her. Only one I feel bad for is her... I'm not even going to say it. I'm not even going to say it, because they already been accused me of talking about that stuff about Petty, which I will say nobody has come back with a clip. So that's fine. Those are respectable posts from people who are grieving from the damage you caused.
Let's look at a few of those social media comments that she was referring to. You will see comments by her extended family and by people who had known her for years.
Ratina, come on. Ratina, why are you trying to plaster everybody else's stuff on TikTok like you are perfect? And listen, let me make this very clear. I am not slandering or shaming you for your past, okay? Listen, probably most people on this app have a past. People struggle with things. I completely understand. Okay? I get it. I come from a family that has struggled. I get it. I understand. But what I don't understand is why you lack for people. I don't understand why you lack for people. I don't understand where you find it inside you to go live and promote things about other people when you've got this. I can't even read this comment. I can't read this comment because, again, I've been accused of talking about somebody else's children, even though there's no clip. And technically it wouldn't be me even talking about your children. It's one of your family members, actually, in the comments on this. And I don't know you. I don't know your family. This could be allegedly, right? But if this rings true, and I can't imagine that the aunt of your family, I can't imagine that she would take the time to write this type of length of paragraph and speak about things that she wouldn't know about unless it actually happened, such as that you stole thousands of dollars from her parents. So I'm curious. What inside you makes you feel like it's okay to break people down, but you posted all of these comments trying to break down people who either lost loved ones, right? Because there's three guys that passed tragically. There's three guys that passed tragically. And these comments seem to be a mixture of those three people. And it seems to be a mix of your family members. I'm struggling with that, and it's sad to me. It's sad to me that, especially if you're unhealed, that you find it necessary to be talking about somebody else's struggle and trying to decide whether it's real or not when you didn't like when it was done to you. The only difference is that you were charged in a court of law. Right? She said she's a changed person, and that's fine. No, honestly. And maybe she is. Maybe she hasn't been in trouble. Maybe that rings true. But the problem is that even if you change, changing now doesn't change your past. It's always going to be there. And so there's like, I just, all I'm saying is character, like, you don't really have a right to talk about other people's struggles. You don't really have a right to talk about other people's pasts. You don't have a right to drag things up about people like that constantly, especially when you know that it affects their mental health. Because your closet is far from clean, even if you are changed. And I pray for you, and I hope that you are. I hope that whatever that was that you had going on at that time, that you're not that anymore. For the sake of everybody around you, I hope that you healed and that you moved away from what this is, because this is bad. It's bad. But I understand. I understand that things happen. I'm not judging you for your past, right? But that's the difference. Do you see what I'm talking about? The difference? I don't need to sit here and try to paint you out to be like, oh my God, like she's just this and that. And I'm not even going to pick apart some of this just out of respect, because it does bring up something, again, that I've already been accused of talking about today. And I'm not going to do that to you. But she stole thousands of dollars from my parents, I can say. She didn't even attempt to pay them back. She busted a rug test while on probation, while my blank was with her. So yes, I can say she is a pathetic excuse of a blank. Right now, hopefully she will finally get some help.
It's no wonder why Retina opted to stay hidden behind bars. It appears she couldn't handle being called out publicly by her community. Which is ironic, because Retina...
She was fired from a job for scamming money. This is allegedly. This is just comments, y'all. This is just comments. This isn't charges, but I'm not reading from charges or anything. I want to make that clear. This is only comments. This is part of comments that are posted within this post. So don't take it as if I'm reading like an actual charge or something, because I'm not. It's just comments. She was fired from a job for scamming money, allegedly. I don't know her nor the families. The money was raised for. What I do know is the GoFundMe is set up to help those in need, not for people to borrow money from. What makes me so sad is it's things like this that will make others tempted to never donate to a GoFundMe. Now, listen, I'm going to connect some dots here. Since y'all came over here, right, because the Pastor Petty thing yesterday, part 1 of me playing the clip from the Charlie Kirk thing, yada yada, your name ended up getting brought up. And so I'm going to bring up Petty again, because doesn't Petty sit on live and be completely, totally against people donating to things like that because you can't trust people? Isn't this the one main thing when it happens that Petty loves to get the tea in the news on? When HJ's got put up, Petty was like, oh, Petty did a whole excerpt. That's the thing, Gloria. Your name is Gloria. Okay? Here's the thing. So your comment reads, hey, I came over and apologized to you why are you doing this to Retina? So a couple of things. And I know that you guys like to group together, but I don't like to do that. So I'm going to break it down for you really simple, okay? Your name is Gloria. Your name is not Retina. Your apology based off of something else, right? I asked you over here to ask if you had put in that group chat towards me if I was talking about Holly Mae or Miss Unknown. Miss Unknown came over here. That was all cleared up. I said we were good. Again, I'm going to remind you, your name is Gloria, not Retina. This isn't happening to Retina because of you. Your apology doesn't excuse the way that Retina, and maybe you're involved with that too, go live and repetitively judge other people when they have really ugly skeletons in their closet. Does that make sense? Did how I explain that make sense? And no offense, no harm, no foul, just respectfully. Your name's not Retina. I don't want you to put yourself in anything being over here trying to defend her. This has nothing to do. I don't think it matters if I know her. What I do know of her is what I see online and how she treats other people. I don't need to know her in real life or in person to know the things that I see her do to other people on live. The way she speaks to and drags and tries to dig up bones on other people. I don't need to know her to see those things. Do you understand? You also probably don't know her in real life, right? You know her just like I know her, like the rest of everybody else on TikTok knows her, right? So, you know what I mean? We're me and you, Gloria, respectfully, me and you are in the same boat. I don't think you really know her either. I don't think anybody on TikTok really knows her. So again, I don't want you, and I respect that. If you're her friend, I respect that you came over here and you feel bad. I respect it. I totally respect it. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, it doesn't change the facts. And the facts is that Retina's closet is not clean, and she finds it necessary to dig up old bones on people and judge them, right? She's digging up old bones on people and just... Okay, you have gotten to know her perfect. Gloria, can I ask you a question? Do you think it's right for her to have old bones in her closet? For her to be live, replaying trauma for somebody, trying to dig up somebody else's old bones? Not as, and let me restate this. Not as her friend, but morally, okay? Based off of your beliefs and who you are as a person, do you believe that it's right that she goes live and does that, knowing that she has done some pretty nasty things in her past that she's actually been charged for? She's paid her debts. Right. So what debts do they feel like Monster needs to pay? And I'm asking respectfully. What debts do they feel that Monster owes them on TikTok? If Retina claims that she's changed, and Retina can claim that she's moved on, right? Hey, Monster. A lot. You can stick around. I'm sure it'll. So Retina's allowed to change, right? Retina's allowed to change, but it just seems like, based off of her character, that nobody else is allowed to change. And like I said, I don't understand why they keep going live about Monster when Retina herself has bones in her closet. How many apologies do they think that they're owed when they also don't know Monster in real life? You all don't know Retina in real life. I'm trying to understand their logic of continuing to play this girl's trauma, right? And I'm going to say this girl's trauma. You want to know why? Because it's not for me to decide. It's not my responsibility to go watch a clip and try to pick apart what somebody's got going on in their personal life. It's none of my business. I would gain absolutely nothing from trying to prove what somebody else goes through in their own mental crisis, especially somebody that you don't know. And it's alarming to me how many of you participate in that. Truly, it is alarming to me. And I haven't seen you answer my question yet, Gloria. Not because she's your friend. Morally, from what you believe in, do you think it's right for her and her friends to sit on live and drag somebody else for something that's none of their business when she's got bones in her closet too? That's all I'm asking. And it's a genuine question. I'm not mad. Listen, I'm not mad at any of y'all over there. Like I said, I would pray that Retina has changed. This is pretty dark stuff. And it's not for me to judge, right? I have people in my real life. But then here's the thing. For the charges that you have, Retina, Pastor Petty, I have to ask you, your main content when you bring the news, this is what you love to cover. You can't stand GoFundMes, okay? So I'm trying to figure out why you guys mesh together so well with criminal charges topics, but when it comes to mental health and other people's mental health, why it's not protected more, right? Because criminal charges are criminal charges. There's no way to slice that, right? And I'm not judging you for them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging you for them. Either one of you. I just think it's weird, this facade that you all project, right? You project this facade, but your actions in your past don't match your facade. And I haven't seen any of you take accountability for your past or the things that you've done to people, including Pastor Petty, but you all somehow decide to group together and talk about everybody else, but you hang with and you sit with people that do the very things that you preach to not do and that you're against. Well, as it goes, that gives me PTSD, that as it goes. But I will answer that. Your question is, are you going to cover everyone that speaks on others that have bones in their closet? Let me tell you something. I am a vocal advocate on this app. Do I like to do it all the time? No. Because I'm the type of person that I don't really like to stick my nose in everything. If I see something that I can maybe make a difference or shed some light on because I am a truth teller and I am a realist, then yeah, I'd cover some things. I have a lot of people that contact me to help them either bring awareness or talk about a topic if it needs talked about. I tend to not try to do that, especially when it's mutual beef and people are going back and forth. I feel like I can talk about this because I've seen it's been going on for months. They follow that girl everywhere. And since they wanted to call me racist, accuse me of talking about Petty's kids, claim that Retina didn't say what she said and want to come on my panel and give context, no, I feel like I have a right to talk about this because it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's a double standard. They project this facade. As it goes, listen, we don't do that over here. You will get blocked in 2 seconds. Don't address anybody in my comments, especially if you don't like them. This isn't a call out live for the comments. It's really not. You can sit here and you can sit here quietly and you can hear the truth because I'm not a liar. I don't need to lie to spin a narrative, okay? Never been me. I didn't start yesterday. I'm not going to start today, and tomorrow's probably not looking very good either. Okay? Hold on. This is going to
opportunity to call out people on TikTok.
Don't argue with somebody in my comments, and definitely don't be in my comments arguing with somebody who's getting dragged. Okay? Don't argue with somebody that's getting dragged when the person dragging them has dirty bones too. Why don't you go talk to the side that you're sitting with and ask them why they think, right? Because if it doesn't morally sit right with you, ask them why they think it's okay with a rap sheet a mile long to talk about somebody's mental health. Go ask them why. Is it because they all have rap sheets that they fit together and they pick and choose what they talk about? You should go ask your friends, because if it morally doesn't sit right with you, I don't know why you're sitting over there in the first place. First. Second, if it does morally sit right with you and you don't see a problem with it, I need you out of my room. Because we'll never see eye to eye. I don't argue with the comments, and I don't give weird shit a box. I don't. I'm not going to do that. Just like Retina didn't get a box up here to try to play in victims' faces about if you're drunk, it's not SA. I don't allow that here. I run shit a little different. I do. And I hold to that. TikTok shop sells morale and integrity. Yes, they do. And if TikTok Shop doesn't sell it, MJ does. Let's continue.
She turned her greed, lack of empathy, and embezzlement
Wait,
into
there was a part I wanted to read here.
2 felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, Minnesota prison sentence. There are also 2 felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota, in Shakopee today. But Lavala's troubles won't end with that Minnesota prison sentence. There are also 2 felony warrants for her arrest in North Dakota.
Oh wait, we already heard that. We already heard that.
but words will never hurt. And then she posted all the negative comments directed at her for her crime.
Okay, so recap. So we're at the part where one of the family members allegedly called her out for being a narcissist for the lack of actual apology, right? And then we start getting into the quotes. We're getting into the quotes that she reposted talking about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. And then it starts to show some of the things people said. And I'm going to be honest, these things are very normal and expected from victims' families that were duped. I don't see anything in here other than people being hurt and speaking truth, allegedly.
Ratina was right. People in her community were outraged, and rightfully so. Let's look at a few of those social media comments that she was referring to. You will see comments by her extended family and by people who had known her for years. It's no wonder why Ratina opted to stay hidden behind bars. It appears she couldn't handle being called out publicly by her community. Which is ironic, because Ratina never misses an opportunity to call out people on TikTok.
Okay, so this bottom comment said, and like I said, the ones that directly relate to Offspring or all that other shit that I've already been accused of, and still, we're what, 2 hours, 3 hours in, nobody's provided a clip. I'm not going to read those. This video is on TikTok as far as I'm aware, so if you guys want to, like, if you're curious of what I'm talking about, y'all can find the video and read it for yourself, because I'm not going to do that, because I am not like them. We set examples, right? This bottom comment says that money was supposed to go to the families while they were up searching for their loved ones. It wasn't supposed to go pay her bills. Apparently she doesn't have a conscience. It's crazy, Ratina, that you would share these comments, because if you read them, they're really not
herself. But that's what narcissists do. Over and over, Ratina told investigative reporters that her scam was no big deal because the families were finally paid. But let's remember, Ratina's financial source paid the families only after she got caught. Her manipulative remarks confirmed to the community what a heartless, greedy person she was. So of course people were outraged and went to social media to voice their opinions of her. So instead of apologizing publicly to the families, friends, and community, Ratina took to social media and made herself the victim.
Okay. All right, perfect. So, and I love this. This is my forte. You have no idea how to take accountability. And I think what your problem is, and I said it earlier, I think you're projecting on Monster. You are expecting something from Monster that you couldn't even give the victims of 3 deceased men. Right? You lack accountability. You lack accountability. And that sucks. And I tell people this all the time in my lives. If you don't go online, and listen close, if you don't go online and do a bunch of crappy shit to people, right? Accountability really isn't that hard, because there's really not much to take accountability for. I set a perfect example earlier, right? I called Gloria over here because I was sent a screenshot where it appeared to me that she was accusing me of talking on Holly Mae and Miss Unknown. Right? Waited for Gloria. Miss Unknown showed up. And then Gloria showed up. Liz showed up. They let me know, Liz let me know that she was actually talking about somebody else. And did you see how well that went? I didn't need to scream and argue and drag that out. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming up to clear that up. Okay? And that was it. That was it. I didn't come on live and drag her and make a whole big this, like, I didn't need to do that. And I feel like that's what a lot of you do. You get yourself in messes for no reason, and then you have no idea how to take accountability. And Retina, it seems to me like let me back up. Let me back up. Pastor Petty. Pastor Petty. You know this about her? I guess my main question is for you, because when this all got brought out, other than the crazy sassy lady that loves to follow Monster around, and everybody else for that matter, this was brought on your platform, and you were, like, Monster frequented your lives, right? If you knew about this, why would you let Retina even do that? Why do you even sit with Retina? Sassy's very crazy. I don't know who you are, but Sassy's crazy. And if you know Sassy and you know who I'm talking about, then you already know she's crazy, even if you sit with her, because I've heard plenty of people that sit with that lady that said she's crazy. She's crazy. She's crazy. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Pastor Petty. I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. Why do you sit with Retina? If Retina did something and was charged, no, I don't think she's right at all. I don't think she's right at all. I think, Stephanie, actually, she fits into exactly what I'm talking about. Right? There's no flex in going live trying to decipher who's having a mental breakdown and who's not. That's not your business. It's not her business. It's not anybody's business. I could think of 1.5 million other things I could do in my busy ass day with a full-time job than worry about somebody else's mental crisis, whether it's a crisis or not. You know what y'all could have done? If you felt that way, you could have just blocked her and moved on. Hey, this doesn't morally, this doesn't sit with me. I got to block you, and you move on. I think the problem is y'all look for entertainment. And that's the problem, at the cost and expense of somebody else. Because for as long as I've watched y'all follow her around, right? Let's clock it. For as long as I've watched y'all follow her around, what is the end goal? I've asked Sassy this myself. What is the end goal? Is her life the end goal? Are you fighting towards mental health and you're so bothered by allegedly that it's not true, right? Which means you're fighting for the better gain of mental health. But what's it going to cost? Is it going to cost her life? Because it appears to me that that's what y'all are seeking. And it's weird. It's weird. It's weird. I'd be interested to know what all of your closets look like. I mean, you watch the video and you see a lie. How do you know that's a lie? Is it a lie in your mind? Is it a lie in your mind, or were you in her house feeding, fucking, and financing her to know what's a lie and what's not? And even if so, okay, let's say in your mind you believe that. Right? Let's say in your mind you believe that. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? How many panels do you guys have to request trying to prove what is the point y'all are trying to prove? Oh, Monster, trust me, over here, you don't have to explain yourself. You don't owe any of these people fucking anything. After the video I'm watching right now, knowing that this is the chick that exposed it after the sassy... I got you, girl. You don't need to explain anything. Stop explaining yourself to these people. It's clear to me what type of people these people are. It's very clear. And to be honest, they're not the type of people that have any business talking about what other people are going through. They're not. They're just not. They're not. It's embarrassing. Grown women, let me remind you, grown ass women. Grown women. Stephanie, let me ask you, how many of y'all have like a psychology degree? I know my questions were for Petty. We'll get back to that. Stephanie, how many of y'all sitting over there with Sassy and all them, how many of y'all have a psychology degree? Thank y'all. You don't have to gift. How many of y'all have a psychology degree? How many of you all have a psychology degree? You answered the question. You said, I'm just a watcher. Okay. So you're just a watcher. I understand. How, as a watcher... if you're just a watcher, how do you know that the gospel of Sassy is what actually happens in Monster's home, in Monster's brain, in Monster's thoughts, with Monster, whatever she struggles with mentally. If you're just a watcher, how do you know? And then I'll take it a step further, because you want to be here defending Sassy, which is fine. If that's your friend, I understand. Okay? I get it, and I'm not coming at you. How much do you think that Sassy actually knows? Let's separate the internet from it. Did you watch the video? I don't need to watch the video. I don't think that you ladies get the point. I don't think you get the point. Let me break this down to you. I don't think you get the point. I've seen that comment for the last 7 months regarding this video. Let me tell you something. I am tickling 40 years old. Okay? Let me tell you something. I'm tickling 40 years old. I have a full-time job. I'm busy in life. I have hobbies, right? Since the second I logged into this app, I've always said that I don't like that. TikTok is TikTok to me, right? This isn't like, I don't run to the Shell gas station, grab my 44-ounce cup, fill it with Diet Cherry Pepsi, and come back home and sit on live all day and figure out what the fuck I can pick apart about people. Do you understand? I'm busy. I have a life. There is absolutely no reason for me to watch that video. What would I gain from watching that video? What other people go through in their real life is not my business. And it shouldn't be yours either. It's not my business. It's never been my business. I don't get to decide how people handle their mental health things. Okay? We see people on this app all day come live and join boxes and trauma dump all day long. Okay? Trauma dumping is a trigger for me. Let me explain something to you. Do you know what I do when I see somebody trauma dump? I exit the live. I just exit. It's not my business. I don't have the emotional capacity to just soak up everybody's mess. Do you understand? You exit. If you see it often, I block. It should be because mental health should be handled and not coddled, right? Do you think that charges for taking money from 3 deceased people's families, being charged in a court of law and having 5 other things on top of it, do you think that should be handled? Or do you think that should be a secret? Do you think that criminal charges being exposed and talked about before you talk about somebody else? Do you think mental health and criminal charges are 2 different topics? And even at that, again, what business is it of yours or hers or Sassy's or anybody else on this app? The block button is so free 99. What's not being talked about right now? What's not being talked about right now? I've been live for probably a couple hours now, and I just recently saw you come in. So I'm not sure if you're like insinuating that because you're a watcher from the outside that you assume what's been being talked about for the last couple hours, but yeah, Monster, you don't need to explain yourself to her. You were on Monster and Petty, and I said my opinion. Let me tell you something about your opinion. It's like an asshole, and everybody's got one, first of all. Second of all, you're in my comments, okay? You're not in Retina's comments. You're not in Petty's comments. You're over here, and we do things a little bit different over here. I don't need your opinion, and let me explain something about your opinion. It wasn't an opinion. You tried to state something as fact. You tried to state that her video is not real. That's not an opinion. You're trying to state a fact. That respectfully, that's not an opinion. They don't know who I am, so don't correlate me to them. Again, I feel like I feel like you're going around the point. And I get this a lot. I get this a lot from people that aren't ready and willing to have an open mind, or their emotional and mental morale just hasn't matured enough to figure out what the fuck is right and wrong. I'm very pro right is right and wrong is wrong, and I don't care who you are. You could sit next to me every single day and I'm still going to tell you when you're wrong. My people will tell you that. If you're right, I'm going to ride with you. But even if you ride with me for You could ride with me for 5 years, and if you're wrong, I'm still going to tell you. I'm still going to call you out. It doesn't matter who you are. Your opinion is not an opinion. You are trying to state something as if it's a fact. And it's not, I don't know, that doesn't hold weight to me. Again, you're in another live trying to encourage somebody to watch that video. You're in somebody else's live. How many fucking panels have y'all been in? How many fucking lives have y'all been in trying to do this? Watch the video and you'll see. No. Actually, I won't. I won't watch the video because, as I said, it's not my fucking business. Wait, did you answer my question? Do you have a psychology degree? Wait, did you answer? Did you answer? Do you have a psychology degree? And Monster, they don't need to know how a 5150 works. They don't need to know how anything in your personal life works. They don't need to know how your brain works. They don't need to know how your struggle works. You don't need to explain to anybody that has 6 felonies, stole from deceased people. You don't owe them shit. At all. Nothing. You owe them nothing. I'm still waiting for them to answer the golden question of, out of the 2 or 3 groups that keep dragging this, which one of y'all have a psychology degree? Or anything of a degree revolving around mental health? Social work? If you have any of those, by all means come over here and let me know what degree you have. And then I'm going to be really scared because that tells me that you went to college, you got a degree, and now you're on TikTok live dragging somebody for their mental health struggles. Do you? What does it matter if I do? What does it matter if do you see me online? Stephanie, grab a box. I need you to grab a box. I need you to grab a box. Let me eat you up real quick. Grab a box. Okay, you don't want to get a box. Scared. That's fine. I'm really easy to talk to, I'll tell you that. Stephanie, let me break it down to you. You ask if I do. Stephanie, let me ask you. Do you see me in people's TikTok chats asking them about mental health matters? Telling them they're faking it? Asking about 5150s? Do you see me breaking down people ever? You're avoiding the question. It matters if you do, right? Because you're in my chat asking me to watch a video that y'all just keep wanting to talk about. You want to play it on everybody's live. I don't sit on live and do what y'all do. I don't need to sit. This person just said it perfect. I don't need to sit on live and talk about somebody else's crisis or what they're going through. If I don't like it, I block. You watched it and you were fake. So you do have a psychology degree. You do have a psychology degree. And what you're insinuating is that her mental breakdowns would be the exact same as yours. Because you have the exact same DNA and you're the exact same person and you went through the exact same trauma and you had the exact same situations and you struggled with the exact same things. Is that what you're telling me right now, Stephanie? I'm a realist, so you're not going to get it past me. You're not. You're deflective. You are the type of person, and this is why I already don't like you. My morale versus yours. You're the type of person that watches shit like that and gets to decide what somebody's mental breakdown looks like. That's why we're different. Do you see why I love the block button? Do you see why I love the block button? Right. Now you're muted and now you're blocked, because here's why. And I'll explain it to you with you're gone, because honestly, I don't owe you shit either. Let me explain it to you while you're gone. You can't argue, and Monster, I hope you're in here to hear this. You can't argue with people who refuse to heal. You will never get your point across. And you are going to exhaust yourself trying to explain yourself to people who refuse to heal and whose morale does not and will not ever match with yours. You will spend the rest of your days, nights, the rest of your years trying to battle with people that will never, ever understand because they're unhealed as fuck. Unhealed. Completely unhealed. Aren't even trying to heal. Ratina, I'm going to say it right now. You're one of them. Because if you were trying to heal, you wouldn't be on TikTok live trying to drag somebody else when your past looks like that. And Petty, I hate to tell you, but you're enabling her. You're enabling her because her charges are the exact same thing that you sit on live with your little, whatever the fuck, your congregation, right? Your inconsistent as fuck congregation. You literally, the main person trying to expose people in your congregation, literally did exactly what you are against. How many people, Petty, did you drag for GoFundMes and scams on the back end? How many people did you drag on live for things on the back end, scams on the back end, GoFundMes on the back end, and one of your main people you sit with got criminally charged for things on the back end, and not just a regular GoFundMe, sir. She stole from the families of 3 deceased men. You're bugging me about Charlie Kirk, and you guys are pressed about me talking about Charlie Kirk, and this is why you don't like him. This is exactly why you didn't like him. Because you went against every fucking thing he believed in. And I'm just gonna say it. Just like I said last night, and I clocked it all makes sense. Oh no. Am I harming your mental health, or am I telling the truth? Am I harming your mental health, or am I telling the truth? It's all in your own actions. I don't need to sit up here and spin a narrative and lie. I don't need to do that. It's all in your own actions. All of it. Every single little bit of it. You lost all credibility when you talk about GoFundMes and the scammers and all this shit. You claim to not get money from this app, but you know what you don't tell them, Petty? You get money on the back end through other things. You try to make it look perfect, like you don't make a bank off of TikTok, even though you do get gifts, because everything you're doing, it's on the back end. Right? Yeah. That little app that they all use that they were talking about me in yesterday, they gotta pay to sub for that. Guess who gets the money from that? Right, Petty? Right, Petty? When you're practicing infidelity on your wife and you're in them little spicy sites and texting all your little followers, right? Drinking your own reproductive fluid, right? You're not making money from that? Where do you think you get those followers from? Where do you think you get those followers from, my guy? You come online and you promote yourself. And all these females fall for it. All your little followers. And there's a reason why you make excuses for some of them. Isn't there? Yeah. Woo! There's a reason why you make excuses for some of them, huh? You know why? I'll tell you why. Because birds of a feather flock to fucking together. Explain to me. Oh yeah, and your merch too. Thank you for that, whoever you are. Explain to me how there's an exception for the ones with the criminal record. Okay? Explain it to me. Explain to me how there's the ones that you make exceptions for with the criminal record that do the very shit that you claim in your congregation you're against. Right? Simultaneously preaching that all of you and your followers stand for mental health, right? But that's the first thing you want to drag about somebody who literally didn't do a fucking thing to you. Because don't claim that you don't get money from people. You get them from the people that are your followers, and you get it on the back end. I'm not saying you get Cash Apps and GoFundMes and all that shit. You do it through other apps. You got like your little YouTube viewers, and people do gift you on TikTok, which you claim you gift back. That's fine. I do the fucking same thing. I don't like people gifting. It's not why I come live. You have other apps that you are on here, which is primarily why your congregation is females, right? Right? But that OnlyFarms is pumping, right? Right? Is that right? Do I got that right, Petty? Do I got that right? Goes back to all that shit that I clocked about Charlie Kirk last night, right? And that probably the reason that you didn't like him is because you couldn't compete where you couldn't compare. You don't follow the lifestyle of anything of that man. While you sit and you project and you preach that you're for a side, right? This whole facade you put on that you're for a side of equality for all. And we love everybody. But when it passes a certain tax bracket, people don't deserve empathy, right? People don't deserve empathy. It's only when you're shoving Pringles cans up your rear end, gargling your own reproductive fluid, practicing infidelity on your wife, unaliving pets, corporal punishment of a child. Is that what y'all were talking about? I was talking about as kid. Come on, give me a break. But you all feel like it's fit to sit and talk about everybody else. I'm confused. Your congregation isn't matching. Your words are not matching the message that you send that your congregation stands for. It's inconsistent. How are you morally okay with bashing other people, bringing up deceased names when it came to GoFundMe, but the lady that sits in your life clocking people the most done's got charged. She got charged, sir. She got charged in a court of law. She got charged in a court of law. Flat out. And then again, I'm going to cover that little bit you did about you feel that victims, female victims, should be able to take and exercise all rights to protect themselves, which I wholeheartedly agree. Absolutely. But then the question I asked was, again, how do you have Ratina over there when she says that if you're too drunk, that it's actually not essay? There's something going on. And y'all aren't smart. You're not smart. You should leave people alone because you get people like me that are going to break it the fuck down. I'm going to wipe all the bullshit off of it and then I'm going to polish it with the truth every single time. And I don't care if people like me. I really don't. Don't care. Have never cared. Nope. Have never, ever a day in my life cared. I don't. Because the internet's not my life. And I don't drink diet cherry Pepsi out of a 44-ounce cup from Shell. Jennifer, who are you? Why are you pressed? Why are you in my chat asking why I'm pressed? Do you have nothing better to do? This app really is super entertaining. And I am absolutely positive that there's another live that you could be in. That you don't have to waste the internal energy wondering why the creator is pressed. I'm just trying to help you out. Don't let your blood pressure raise. Don't ever do that. That has health risks. Don't do that. Facts. Facts follow. It was a good question. I felt like it was a good question. Good question. And you know what? Where their morale and character sits? They're never going to answer that question. They will never, I promise you, that they will never answer that question. They're never going to answer that question. Why would they? If their morale, just like all their little followers that come over here asking if I'm good, just like their morale doesn't fit with mine, their morale fits with each other. And that's why they make excuses and sit with each other. Because all of them have a sense of like unhealed. And it's all the other parts. Their morale is like puzzle pieces. And if they feel for whatever reason that your morale doesn't match theirs on very deep dark levels, you're gone. Oh, the why you press question. Your name's Troll. Hello? Your name's Troll. Ain't nobody in this whole entire fucking chat of 114 people are taking you serious. I'd take you serious if you were on a real page. And this is what y'all do. You come troll. It's weird. Ain't nobody getting a box. Notice Regina never goes live alone and waits for Holly. I don't know about that, and I can tell you I wouldn't know about that. That's only allegedly. Because I don't watch them. I don't watch them. My morale doesn't align with them. I don't need to watch them on my free time to try to, like, for what? To me, they're not entertaining. There's nothing about them that interests me. So I don't watch them. I love the block button. I don't know. Which one are you? With 23 following? Like, which one are you? That's the alarming part. That's the alarming and harming part, is you people literally have people that follow you like your word is of substance. There's no substance in that. If you're a good person and you do good by people and you do good by life, morally you can decide that right is right and wrong is wrong. Morally you falter when you start making excuses for crazy shit. And you continue to sit with it. As a woman, you watch other women be torn down by other women or a man, and you still sit with it. And you still sit with it. And you know what it's giving? You're just looking for somewhere to belong. And those are the people that literally, it breaks my heart. It makes me the saddest. You should never have to feel or be so lonely that you're willing to drop your standards and your morale just to fit in somewhere. Ever. And I pray that everybody that does and they feel that and they're in that position, that you put yourself in a position to be able to stand on all 10 on your own. That you find the strength that even if your friends are wrong, you're not afraid to speak to them about it or to call it out. You should never be scared. Ever. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And where's your morale if you can't even correct the very people you sit with when they're doing something that you know is morally wrong? This country is literally in a mental health crisis right now. People are being unalived because of the hate. And y'all are still refusing to fucking heal. Y'all are not only refusing to heal for yourselves, but you're online destroying other people. Misery loves fucking company. Misery loves company. Listen, Dot with the no picture, it doesn't even take somebody's charges. She's using their mental health. She got charges and couldn't take accountability, and so she's online projecting. She has no idea how to take accountability, and so she's online projecting at other people's struggles. She couldn't even handle her own. And so what's easy for her to not feel guilty is if she drags somebody else's. And that's sad. That's sad. And I'm not even downing her past. It's a past. Most of us have one. Which is why most people shouldn't sit on TikTok Live trying to dig up other people's old bones. It's weird to me. It's weird to me that within y'all's own group, you have plenty of things that you could be discussing and healing from, but instead, you choose somebody else's mental health struggle or their GoFundMe or whatever else to talk about instead of knowing you have a decent platform and you could probably work on healing people. And no one talks about her not being able to handle her mental. I'm not sure what that comment means, so I won't comment. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. To me, it's giving a bunch of unhealed people continuing to try to harm somebody who's trying to heal. Because misery loves company. And it's the only thing that makes sense to me. For whatever reason, y'all saw her elevating, or you were threatened by her, you felt threatened, or I don't know. I'm not in any of your heads, so I can't make sense of it, but it is a very heavy narcissistic move. No one speaks on Regina's mental health crisis because she had when she got caught stealing from the GoFundMe. Yeah. So actually, let me finish playing that clip.
People who are truly remorseful for their crimes or harm against others own it. They show remorse. Retina did none of those things and to this day has never shown empathy for her deceased friends. This concludes part 1 of Retina
Lack of empathy. Lack of empathy, which is why she fits in with Petty. I was just talking about this yesterday. Complete lack of empathy. Basic humanity. I talked about this yesterday for a couple hours as we played the clip. I haven't even I got sidetracked. I haven't even finished the clip of him, and we're actually, I know it's getting late, but fuck it, I'm gonna stay on and we're gonna finish that too, because I'm pretty sure somebody comes on his panel from what I've been told and says some vile ass shit about children, but y'all are over here accusing me of talking about children, right? Right. Okay. Got it. But it makes sense because, yeah, again, I called it out yesterday, and what I said was Petty's reaction to the Charlie Kirk thing. I never once said that you should be crying or you should have some sort of, like, you had a connection with him reaction, right? That it's pretty simple. Basic humanity is just that basic. You didn't have to cry. You don't have to mourn. You don't even have to think about it. But what you don't need to do is talk about why you can't understand why, like, a woman and her 2 children would need any type of support because they're millionaires, even though Charlie built that shit from the fucking ground up. It was a man who had a wife and 2 children and parents who was unalived exercising his First Amendment right. That's the humanity part of it. That's the humanity part of it. Okay? That's basic humanity. For the party you claim to stand for, which is the party of love and freedom for all and all of these things, right? Everything you said in that clip goes against everything you preach and say you stand for. Nonetheless, yeah, probably not in those exact words, but yeah, that's the message that I gave from it, where he talks about that. Why would anybody contribute to this? And why is that breaking news? What about Karen on 3rd Street who's starving and can't feed her family? Like, yeah, it was a whole big thing. I'm not going to go back through that. But it proves the point. Y'all lack accountability. Petty, I've never heard you talk about your charges or take accountability. So again, I just don't understand, again, why you would allow that on your platform or why you would sit with people who allow that in their platform. But it makes sense because Retina also hasn't. Okay? Remember that puzzle I was talking about? The pieces are fitting together. Birds of a feather flock together. There's a reason why you make exceptions for some and not the others. Because you're the exact fucking same. You're the exact fucking same.
Vala True Crime series. Part 2 will cover her behaviors on TikTok since she's been out of prison. We are shedding light on her behavior due to the policy on TikTok to remove convicted felons who have physically, financially, or emotionally harmed people. As always, thank you for watching. Like, follow, and share to keep the... Welcome to the Lighthouse and part 2 of the true crime story of TikTok creator Retina Lavala. We are sharing recent video clips that expose the behavior and character of Retina Lavala today. You will see evidence that she will not hesitate to harm you, and she's brazen enough to tell you publicly. But first, here's a short recap of her past criminal history. The story began when Retina created a GoFundMe and raised $27,000 for the families in Baudette, Minnesota, after they lost 3 fishermen in a boating accident. Retina was convicted of felony fraud and spent 3 years in prison after violating parole. After her release from prison in 2019, Retina... Welcome to the Lighthouse.
Why is it...
Today's video sheds light on a creator with a dark past.
No.
Welcome to the Lighthouse. Today we...
No, we're...
Welcome to the Lighthouse.
Why? We're not going to do this. Before I click on it and continue, yeah, no, I make the noise because I'm not trying... I know that this video is on TikTok, right? For everybody to see, and it's in news clips, and her name is in news clips and all that shit, but I don't like doing that. I'm not the type of, like, real life person. Let's be real. Everybody that we watch and we follow in general on here, like, we don't know them in in person. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to talk about people's real life to get the point out. For example, like, yes, I'm going to play this. It was created by somebody else. I didn't go dig up all this stuff on this lady. I never even knew that these videos existed. Okay? But I'm playing it because she's portraying like she's perfect on this app while she's dragging other people and portraying to be something else, and I don't like that. And when I see that, I clock it. I've done it to many people. But I'm not trying to, like, put her name out there, and I don't want people to, like, in real life look her up and go harass her and shit. There's things you can do on TikTok. You do the things on the TikTok where she's making whatever about mental health. That's where you handle it. If you had issues with her in real life, right? Or if she continues to harass or do certain things, that's when a person would carry it further, however they needed to. And at that point, that's y'all's business. If you ever have to do that, I don't need to know about it. Handle your business. Handle your business. Do what you need to, and don't ever be afraid to. What is... Oh, we have the letter. You know what? You know what? We have the letter that was wrote to the judge. I love that for us. Okay. Let's continue.
Welcome to the Lighthouse and part 2 of the true crime story of TikTok creator Retina. We are sharing recent video clips that expose the behavior and character of Retina Lavala today. You will see evidence that she will not hesitate to harm you.
Baby! Can you bring me my healthy green juice, please? I love you. Oh, my lady is the best. Who's up? Mufasa, we're not at halftime yet. I got you, though, buddy. Come back in... Come back in like 45 minutes. Who's this?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am well. I just have one question for you.
Sure.
How much did Bougie pay you to deal with all this, to talk on this?
Who the fuck is Bougie?
Oh, don't do that.
Now, hold on a second. Let me explain something to you. Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
I'm not involved with those people, okay? I'm not involved with those people. I've never had a conversation with Bougie a day in my life. Do you understand? So before you come join my box, nope, stay muted because I'm not done. We don't do that over here. Before you come over here insinuating that somebody paid me to do the right thing, do you understand? Before you show up over here not knowing a thing about me, never seen your name a day in my life, you've probably never watched me. Before you come in here and assume that anybody paid me to do anything, just don't show up.
We're not stupid. We know exactly where this came from, and I hope it was worth it.
I don't care what your narrative is. If you want me to be honest, I started this. Never had a conversation with Bougie in my life. There isn't a single person that hit me up on the back end and asked me to do anything. That's not how I work. I stand on all 10, okay? This is where y'all get yourselves in trouble. The insinuations, all right? MJ stands on all 10 by myself solo. I don't need a whole fucking panel to talk about anything or anybody. Do you understand? Never had a conversation with Bougie a day in my life. I've never even been in a panel with Bougie. Bougie's never been in my panel. I don't have a single DM with Bougie. Let me fill my fucking cup. Who are you people? Like, are you good? This is why y'all get yourselves in mess. MJ started this. I started this. I went live about Petty yesterday in this weird congregation he runs and gets all these females to believe that he's like a saint and believes in all the right things. And then he just projects and shows that he doesn't believe in anything at all. Worth a fuck. Right? I started this. Why the fuck do you think my name is Blame It on MJ? It's not to come in and blame Bougie. Bougie, I don't know you, okay? Bougie, I don't know you. I've never had a conversation with you, and I'm so sorry that she drug your name into that. I don't even fucking know who Bougie is. That's how bougie I am. I don't know. What do you say? What do you say? I don't know. I can honestly say I'm a truth teller. Like I said, I wipe the bullshit off of it and then I polish it. That's what I do. I'm a truth teller. I don't need to sit up here and paint narratives and lie. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I don't know who Bougie is. On everything I love, I've never had a conversation with Bougie a day in my life. I don't know where y'all are sitting together trying to figure out who paid me to what? I don't need paid. I don't need paid. This is part of being a good person. Standing for morale and what is right and wrong is wrong. And if weirdos want to sit on the app and make people feel like shit, acting like their bones aren't boning too, then I'm going to talk about it. I've always done that just because it happens to be you guys. Are you the same group that's calling me racist? Go back in whatever Discord you came from and discuss it. No harm, no foul. I'm not mad at you. I don't have time to be mad at you. Where was I at? We're playing this clip. What's going on? Phoning in. Check Discord. Y'all are fucking crazy. Bougie pay. Come on, dude. Bougie? Who's Bougie? Bougie, where are you at? Bougie, do you pay people to do things? You got it like that? What's going on? Where's Bougie at? Who the fuck is Bougie at? I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing. Am I mistaken? I believe Regina paid someone to not speak about something. I don't know about any of that. Like I said, that's all allegedly. I don't have receipts for that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't do that. I'm talking about, I have receipts right in front of me for the things that I do talk about, and I'm not going to sit up here and I'm not going to host panels with people saying a whole bunch of things that could be allegedly. It's not how I run my live. And I don't know who the lady was that just showed up and asked me how much Bougie paid. Like, girl, tell me you don't watch me without telling me you don't watch me. What am I supposed to be looking at? There's a clip. What was that? Did I already see what I was supposed to be looking at? She's obviously mad Bougie ain't pay her. I don't know. I don't know who Bougie, like, I've seen the name Bougie. I saw the name Bougie in here earlier, but I don't know who she is. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea, but I'm always going to be a good person for free. Fuck around and find out. That's your problem, not mine. I'm sorry you guys are pressed. That's not my problem either. Let's continue.
And she's brazen enough to tell you publicly. But first, here's a short recap of her past criminal history.
Trying to drink my fucking
healthy juice. The story began when Retina created a GoFundMe and raised $27,000 for the families in Baudette, Minnesota, after they lost 3 fishermen in a boating accident. Retina was convicted of felony fraud and spent 3 years in prison after violating parole. After her release from—
Wait, actually, we're gonna pause. I'm so sorry. I know.
When I was asked, I said, who got abused?
No.
Because in my head, that wasn't...
What is the A in SA? What does that stand for?
Sexually abused. Also...
No, the abuse there, so you're saying that you
double tap.
That's your opinion on abuse. My opinion is if you get drunk and don't remember what happened, that's not abuse. Sorry.
Can't be. I'm sorry.
Well, that's
Absolutely.
your opinion.
No, if there's no way for
That's
that.
your, in my eyeballs, if you get drunk and don't remember if you participated or didn't participate, that's not abuse in my eyes.
Period. Let's see if we find justification in that video, in this video.
In prison in 2019, Ratina became entrenched in the drama side of TikTok, where the streets are like the wild, wild west, where bullying,
The wild,
doxing,
wild
swatting,
west.
and going real life are daily.
Who made this? Who made this? Wait. Bougie. Bougie, did you make this video? Is that why they think that you paid me? Who made this? What the fuck is wrong with y'all?
The occurrences. So let's take a look at Ratina's behavior since she was released from prison, and then ask yourself whether or not she has changed.
This is why I'm
The
fucking
upcoming
going
video
bald.
clip confirms that Ratina brought up someone's criminal past. Let's take a look at the way she reacts to the clapback. Instead of ignoring them or making a video to show her remorse, she once again makes light of her GoFundMe scam and still makes herself look like the victim. The way she refers to her 3 deceased friends is rather disturbing, but you be the judge.
The grapevine that somebody's upset that I brought up their past. That's not them anymore. They don't do that behavior. I also heard today that I don't have any empathy or remorse. I'm sorry that for 2 years all I've heard is she stole from dead people.
Does that sound like someone who is true?
Ratina, I don't know how to say this, Ratina. You did. You were charged. That's wicked. That's wicked. Bougie. Hey, it's always Bougie. Is that Bougie? Is that the Bougie? Bougie. Bougie. Bougie, you be out here paying people on the back end? Bougie. Girl, don't even worry about who it was that came at Bougie. Let me tell you something. I know I've never talked to you a day in my life, but hear me out. Don't worry about what they said over here. Okay? They're unhinged. Have no fucking idea what they're talking about. Don't worry about that. And I don't need your money because I make plenty of it. Thank you.
Really remorseful for her GoFundMe scam? Or does it prove that, like a good narcissist, she turned it into a poor me scenario rather than using a perfect opportunity to address her regret? Her unrepentant behavior is exactly why people continue to address her past, just like Ratina brings up other people's past history. Ratina's behavior goes even darker. She publicly posts threats, she doxes creators and family members, and she goes real life. Everyone agrees that going real life is as immoral and unethical as it gets on other people to a poor me scenario, rather than using a perfect opportunity to address her regret. Her unrepentant behavior is exactly why people continue to address her past, just like Ratina brings up other people's past history. Ratina's behavior goes even darker. She publicly posts threats, she doxes creators and family members, and she goes real.
Wait, has she doxed people? Has she doxed people? Oh, wow. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna reset. Hit follow if you have. I'm coming literally right back. Yeah, I seen her call her Chinese. I'm gonna talk to her about what we want to do about that later.